Femo Monta program no live ewo DSTV channel 364. Go TV channel on Sabeka programming 121. Midfield Action Friday edition. Me pamcho ayense musankwa na modeba na chechre adwen de efa ho neneno ahwe ni musampanifo bi bewura ha na eno mo edi nkomo mo ba ye de omudi enso ebeto edwa oti enka live enso won kran ni potamo nyina Kessben 92.9 na fe Kessben TV Plus enso no programming ekoho live fiada inti ayense musankwa mamu nyina chi eni akwaba eba programi esu 05515999933 05515999933 mofa mo messages aye questions emre na emomodi anyi anu krankran fama mo na muso mo wadwinche bi fa enyi anu no ana obi asem ma ode abase yenyi anu ana yemfa ansam ma no wadwinche bi ho a nso fabra na yentoto adwene no mienu na ya peja ye muto ne montana ede amononsem kakra bebre ansana ya shase ede musa no atudwa Tony
Godfather me da CP ya konko for ekro se be shase ede efrem kratio eno Diamond League no ekoso ya behwe ema no 100 meters ekoso ema Julian Alfred odinkunin emema no 200 so no allows ana edinkunin na photo finish na obiti Leslie Tebogo momi enko na enjoy Diamond League no.
Look at Clayton. Clayton's there trying to take it on. It's Clayton Alfred, but Alfred goes away now. Alfred gets the meter, 10.75. Very, very impressive. Controlled. No panic.
The men's 200 metres, and it should be a cracker.
Lyles and Ogando trying to chase down Tebogo. Tebogo's got half a yard, and now it's down to 10 centimetres, and now it's almost dead heat. Who's going to get it on the line? Lyles inched his way forward, crapped up on Tebogo, stride by stride. The men's 800 metres. Wanyonyi's job to look at
Diamond League America Tio more enjoy me man 200 no Leslie Tebogo only dia on the very last second Hena no alas American you know ever son who are already 200 na man there na enye even doubtful because Julian Alfred or no ana a team who odin kunim el man or a time of 10.76 seconds or honomo yanko soccer Jose Mourinho once again yina di Fenerbahce for Asakin Jose Mourinho after just 14 months omo employ you know na Jose on manage 62 games with Fenerbahce or winning 37 or draw 14 and or lose 11 now Fenerbahce fought to a compensation of 50 million euros and a Jose Mourinho na clubs are for Jose no compensation so much you know say and breakdown it here 2007 Chelsea Pamo no 21 million euros 2013 Madrid 20 million euros 2015 Chelsea 14.5 2018 Man United 20 million euros Spurs 21 million euros Roma 3.5 and Fenerbahce and so 15 million euros as compensation among Apamu Jose with immediate effect until tie or here I best suggest say Jose uncle is it about time so go for national team and uncle Saudi Arabia Uncle Premier League BM na Jose Uncle for club and say Jose Mourinho and if Fenerbahce for Atom Quanta and so apai and na Champions League draw on eba so Oko Bayern Munich omo group na say and officials netie omo first game omo home omo any Chelsea bebo na omo kwa away 2 PSG omo third game a home match against Club Brugge na omo Arsenal for abo away next game a Sporting Lisbon na omo any PSV abo omo ne Union and so ebeshia na omo last game akoye Pafos ebisa Vincent Company say such Champions League draw away a fair resource and I'm here now. When we enter some Vincent Company, coach Emma Bermanic and Nanopa, Wabra, Ocean Central for ahead of Augsburg game, no Vincent Company, and in some way, attitude.
Well, because it's about the English league, I'm going to answer in English.
Money. Chelsea, Paris,
To gasp really with Chelsea, Paris, Arsenal, which is a really huge program in the table round. But I don't know whether I was the only one. We were the first name, but then all of a sudden the whole table was there, and I really had to take some time in order to understand that these are our opponents. But like you said, we have two opponents from the Premier League with Chelsea and Arsenal, and then we have PSG as well, who are probably one of the favorites for the Champions League title. Then there are two games against Belgium opponents, which is very special to me. But what we learned last year was
Some company of Belgium. Now 2 games. Bayern Munich ever travel to Belgium or say special games. Emmanuel. The first game on the Chelsea rebel. Now along the line midweek on the Arsenal 4 and so Asia. Into our 2 Premier League opponents. Now on the reigning champions Paris Saint-Germain and so Ebebo or saying quite a tough group. Arsenal 4 officials the same and a tier. One more Ebebo against Bayern Munich at home. Now Omako away to Inter Milan. Omobeshia Atletico. Next game ebe Club Brugge away. Omo Olympiacos Ebebo home. Slavia Prague away. Kairat Almaty home. Na Arsenal last game omo and Athletic Bilbao and so Asia. And na Tio Walkos na ekojina Arsenal nemu ewo Champions League draw. Osi afu we there. Arsenal for be kwa nimu achem last year semi-finals na omo drew ye omo yi Madrid for free mu and then omo Asia omo meter. This time omo call for the Premier League and the Champions League. Tio Walcott ekasai.
Today representing Arsenal is an absolute honour, to be honest, and really interesting draw for everyone, but Arsenal's particularly, which I'm really fond of. So really look forward to this season. Yeah.
You said obviously it's an interesting draw, but any game you're particularly looking forward to?
Well, to be honest, all the games are really exciting. I look at the Bayern Munich one, me personally as well, the likes of Harry Kane coming to England to play at the Emirates, which will be very hostile for him, I'm sure, which is fascinating. Of course, Olympiacos.
You know, I've played. Fascinating them, Harry Kane and the Bayern Munich. Amo eba England no and I heard him say so much no ebet me abasitio wakota no represent Arsenal our Champions League draw no and mo hear ya mo ten nka Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser El-Khelaifi or say match obi e pa hwe and a draw no ayi omo e de aba PSG and Barcelona ebehia March day 2 na ebeya away game Barca ebebo home na I say oh huge respect Emma Barcelona omo a great club name omo PSG so almost say one of the great clubs are we are seeing match no obi an intime mmese already na Juan Laporta even before the draw Barca president no na wadin kan aka say club omo be person be shi omo pa Paris Saint-Germain because obi e ka say PSG omo 4 omo akwaje UEFA Super Cup omo agi UEFA Champions League into Barca president no or say big match no emrena so Barca any PSG kwan bia so Barcelona ebe chire obi ase ewiase ha no omo any volleyball Paris Saint-Germain sa game wey omo sia ade kese pa na wahre Chelsea asomete initial bid of 50 million euros plus or add-ons the Barca so for Fermin Lopez enti 50 and the add-ons the asoso enti Barca for expect something around 70 million euros and sana omo ajai ama Fermin Lopez so be kwa wetimi akwanem Hansi Flick Barca coach no wa pomodin afre Fermin Lopez one-on-one akache so okane plan so only the on Persa Lopez ebe join Chelsea nemom Chelsea eguso a omo ehwese boy no omo enso ebetimi anya no nanso say Barca for beton a enkwaso omo enya de a omo beje less than 17 million euros. Barcelona and a say before say Sunday omo ebebo game against Rayo Vallecano no na omo registration bi omo registration no etimi go through players are Barca for her say omo be registered before Sunday Chesney, Gerard Martin, Ronnie Badji, Remo any players are Barca for her say before Sunday game against Rayo no na omo etimi register sa players no. What me say Aurelien Chouameni French ni no Madrid on midfield no Newcastle the 100 million euros buy Madrid rejected say Chouameni no or untouchable omoto na enye nti Newcastle offer am the buy no Madrid for enso etimi abo edi agu na AC Milan ana ye say Yunus Musa ebeste because Jashari now omokofa no akopra na a long-term injury and Jashari was so far enti na ka Yunus Musa Islam for Elton and say proud enti no say omanya Edwin Rabiot dia ene Musa enso ebeste nemo so many clubs somebody me abera AC na players ni ho a enso etimi aform Juventus Randall Colomwani omo ewie with Paris Saint-Germain komatwetwe no ano enso adru ekire ye papa enrada na Christopher Nkunku ekodu Milan ene Medicals no so Chelsea ene AC Milan for enso am etimi awie ene na ball no Medicals obasan contract until June 2030 and Chris Nkunku on a contract all sign ebetimi abanu awie ye Javi Simons when ya adru UK Oye Medicals we Tottenham Hotspur Medicals no when you are completing amebibia and so at the din IB Leipzig for no omo edge Spurs 60 million euros and sana Sardino omo and so edge atum na bonus league no nie na omo best players ni edge on the English Premier League and na Ebisa Vincent Company coach Emma Birmingham said dinti and na Stars no omo na German league na omo free ho about the English Premier League friend Vits about and Javi Simons so about best players ni na no enstrishe about England company say esika even newly promoted clubs no omo bape na ya boom with 100 million pounds so sika no emodu. Imagine omumpoma qualify other clubs no edge way above sika no Premier League ni sika ewomu sikanti and players in Australia about England Vincent Company Kasai.
Das stimmt.
I could have said that in
but the truth is
German
I
as well.
remember going with Burnley to the Premier League, so we played this game. We play the league in the championship, we qualify or we promote to the Premier League, and then all of a sudden you have TV money coming in, and it's 100 million for promoted teams. And then it starts for the other teams, all the way to the top. So you go from a budget from 25 million, 30 million a year to all of a sudden having a budget of 120, 130 million a year, which in the Bundesliga would compete maybe with the top 8, top 6 in the Bundesliga. And all of a sudden we're competing on the market, and I'm talking with Burnley because we're competing on the market with Frankfurt for players, and we're competing on the market with Wolfsburg for players. And we just came up. That's the reality when Sunderland is now buying players. They're buying from
Vincent Company sika cash ninti and Germany Bundesliga players no answer about the English Premier League can have it enyenye a successful surgery enti abetrenfe ache ansana was started say oba back na recovery no so etimi akose say the rehab no and I can have it open attention na wakoso dim ran so kopem say ne ho enso ebeton weekend way Arsenal ebebo against Chelsea in the Premier League. Never say or back Arsenal say game here ebeba so weekend way Arsenal for and so ebedin kunim mancha eba so ana slot and Sancho for shame echo so or say the difference no eliki also mo yan ho adwuma before say omo ebe share Arsenal because Arsenal team no from last season modern mono akosoro pa game way a game emo be den ana slot ekasai.
And that was already really good last season, and I think I've improved their squad a lot during the summer. So and if you then look at all the quality they have, but especially one thing that stands out in the season till now, and what stands out in a negative way for us, is that we've conceded, if I include the Bilbao game, 4 set pieces. And of course, as we all know, that's one of their strengths, not the strength, but one of their strengths, because they can play in multiple ways. You can see how well they are managed by Miguel, and they're working for 5 years together because they can play almost every style there is in football, and that tells you how well managed they are. But one of their strengths is also set pieces, and that is an area where we if you look at
Liverpool,
Monday.
weakness now, Arsenal for strength. Liverpool set pieces, air concede. Also now Arsenal for capitalize here. Enya more goals into Liverpool manager draw. Players no attention. Say Arsenal team a very dangerous. To me, about dynamic ways. Name that boss there. Set pieces extremely dangerous. You be say transfers. Mobenya fa new players or say wakan from Monday. So otimi sop. Na players free bench ever season game Emma Liverpool. Nenso say ehombe here say akonya ne back number 2 players why not name them when you player be there onsu because oye okay Anna slot Esakasai.
And there are only 3-4 days to go now. So yeah, let's see if we do something, and if we do something, what we can do.
From the players that you're working with this weekend, and obviously it is.
No, I think I've said after Monday evening that that again I could make a substitution that impacted the game. That's what Federico did against Bournemouth. That's what Rio did now against Newcastle. So as always, we try to sign players that can help us, but there's no reason after the first 2 games to complain or to think we need more. But if we
Liverpool manager Anna Slot
Anna
in Kano. Now Liverpool Mark Gehi now Beda submitting it is a total package, £40 million, £35 million plus £5 million as add-ons. And our Crystal Palace expected Liverpool for a aside that, when some break it, sad British record now Omar striker less than a sack. Newcastle for open say bed ne bar accept Isak and so every Newcastle and join Liverpool and so a club when Rooney say there be Man United team and Pempen so air Canada and Yakra Ruben Amorim his statement just after free League Cup na enye when Rooney say and man Koye United when Rooney at the tuja.
And that his words after the game were damning on the players, and obviously being in a position where I've been in that dressing room, if your manager comes out with them words, it's there's something broken. And I think what we forget, he's 40, he's a young manager, and Manchester United is so different to
now
where
all your podcast no this same way and so etuja na some United players complaining, most of them ain't happy with Ruben Amorim the tactics and an approach the games the formation the tactics permanent players that start here and so complaining weekend way Man United and Ninkunim over Burnley dia and Ruben Amorim one resign and penning for ebe sakino now and Arsenal a former player nyina no comment say dan say coach when in the weekend we dia any penny for ebenya asake enti Arsenal former players ni bi agiri pass Man United team say weekend we ankoye dia any niema ebejagu enti Martin Keown gidi pass weekend we Man United and winning coach either so oba resign and I say enso ebe sake na Marco Asensio PSG and Aston Villa silly deal for a possible loan move last year we bought loan Edeman Bobo Kennedy Eddie Villa this season so loan deal and so ebe happen Fulham Raheem Sterling Chelsea j MSC Kano player and so etimi adwani Fulham and so a club ne Beppe Morata say Inter say boy no ebe communicate say how can Chahanoglu beka stop say offer Inter why not ebe granting a wish am another player and so aba God for other Roma kwa focus on some no we so anegina na edc
yo mutan ton yemfa nc ha na fe yemo boy ho na enchakra questions na mode aba no yebehwem kakra enso de amamo Kessben television Kessben 3.3 say meko eye ni what scientific herbal clinic aso na mafankra to kakra ye koba sisi ai dia kana to aso de amamo ye nchakra
so after mo akwa eba ni what scientific hospital ye a team of medical scientists aya create boom ni adi infidie nwaso eye adwuma yaso e hasi yaso e hade nyese wo ba ya sabi ni atam ebu di amaw se di kokono na emum ye do to afidie so me afidie ye omu hwehwemu me ye omu adepote di yare ne brewo na se me omu enya yare ne di woni badua no so te be ye yare ma wa to yare ase wo de edit ni se ni badua se wo to yare ase a utimi tu ase ntem
Obani what scientific hospital Dr. Phobius ya juma ne say enubuna eni no tan a obo ade e de dwom ye no yenye mu nhwemu na fe enwenu akasa e wo ma friends phytochemicals no ye extract say enwenu no na ye frem no emfa emao ebi a kidney no yare abem kidney no essay yanko na Ghana ha ye de take ahaban e de dialysis a kidney no say akodu se den kura no a nyarehemu na nya didi na fo ni kirem e woni what scientific hospital bofra ban e boye ama wo diabetes ye de bofra ban e de nyama bi efra e de mawo a e be ma diabetes na o sugar e cost pay no eno so aboa ama etinya bafum e bia na wo hwe misisi e na o problem pa e yo mema sem baba bi wonu mu a onya tenkan kora so mo ba beda obo so otimi nya hode ne pagya no no ba hyiemu a ehyiemu ana adwo e no bo so atese ne bema no ensore kora e bia na e no bia da so a wonom so yo ba na utie me na se e ya wo no problem e bia na e fibro na kosi a wo no kwan ana wa kwa ya sabia doctor si ensuo betata onkosi mo ovarian cyst ana se fallopian tube no e na block ye obebu okura wo sebu ensisi so ni nyina timi sinyi se ho kwan bema bia na ho nsuo e na wo form nkwawan e wo form low sperm count na wo okura beba beba ne ho nsuo mo no na emo no be friends spermatozoa no ba kokura we nyina e ha esi awo ho kwan a obani what scientific hospital a enfidie de ehwe beda di amye wo se problem bi wo no mo a ye timi ho aduro na afi aduane ye betchera mo die pressure ti amo akoma bo periperi asem kura si ofie timi mo amane obi so hweme na ne bia stroke akawa tompemo ye kwa onko ye ba onso ntimi okasa na pampan boni bi akire frɛ no halitosis yade baako a ya no wanyi obi opewase obetini akade akire wo a ade bedi unya okasa bia no obi atwene hwene okoda na nyimre oda odwonso antentem ye papa mo mpanifo no every 40 50 60 years ekwa ni mo no o prostate na yakase prostate enlargement eba sauda odwonso antentem odwonso bebransa na ade ache emane nkachi emyenkofa catheter ahoma nkoto ba memo abusuafo bi ebere nti manya adaje amoya de a nyadidie seni what scientific hospital Ghana hade opa ya sabe ya dia befrim die fidie ede twe enubena ena afa hode ni efra haban mu ede saw ya de mawa na eyeni what scientific hospital yiwo Kumase atonsu Monaco junction ya dansuru bank no ene bie ni mehwe enkran so yo ma 7 ye ben Janet Corner dan no 0244 087687. In case you are watching us from any part of the world, whether you are in any African country or you are watching us from Europe, you can contact us on WhatsApp +233 244 087687 or on Google Map. Just type Niwat Scientific Hospital and you'll be given the exact location.
Niwat Scientific Hospital. Nyanko Pwanda Rumenti Wamoto Edema.
Oh, okay. Niwat Scientific Herbal Clinic in Krato Kakra and Yakofabano. All right. Yebeko Gentleman Dental na yafomoso Krato Kakra bi atwaso.
Omakwa baba Gentleman Dental Clinic yedumadi ayedi ane se yebesiesie wosen na yabo wosen ho ban ama wonum enso ate anase wosen animonyam so afa na ntuma pa efira Gentleman Dental se oba ye clinic wa enema bibiri na yeye efa nipa wosen ho ene wonum oba Gentleman Dental yeye consultation and examination services problem ben na ekoso how ben na ekoso wonum na fi wakire anamo a ewo se utufa ho na itimi eboa afi yesan eye cleaning services oba ye professional muna ye fene scaling and polishing se ebia enema bi ahyehyehye esene mu se bi okasa etimi mapampan ene ade eba mu oba hwa etimi ewohoro wonum eyi saa nema ne nyina edi free esene ase esene tibia na asesa no esan fa ne ntoma pa edi fra obi wo hɔ ana tokuro ato ne semu anase ne se no eso ebubu anase wanya fracture esene nkasa ebu eno etimi eye failing enso so na ye de ama wo anase ebi nso so na obi wo hɔ wabase ne se no watena se ama esene ase opese otu ne se no eno nso so ye frɛ no extraction oba ye extraction service eno so ye betu oseno e di ama afi ebi wo nso na ne se no wanya missing teeth ye woni si no ahodo bebree ye frɛ bibi se dentures no ye de utimi ehye na watimi asan ayi wa mu utimi yi na wasan ahye eno ne frɛ ne dentures no oba Gentleman Dental ye ni nyina bi wo afi ye wo fixed one no anase ye ta frɛ no permanent one no eno nso so ye si a untimi entu bi eno ene frɛ no PFM bridge anase PFM crowns eno ni nyina no oba Gentleman Dental ye ni ni nyina bi ɛwɔ hɔ afei nso so ye obi sɛ braces ne sɛ osana kwan de dem anase emu atetete bebree ɛno no oba yetimi ɛhyɛ braces no within some period na osana asan akrusu kama na ma osana atimi ayeden anya ahoden afei obi pese oyɛ teeth whitening o pese odi don hwere ba ko pɛ ɛyɛ osana fitafita te sɛ de o ne bi so da oba gentleman dental ye bɛyɛ osana fitafita ɛde ama wo a how bia eni ho abɛfo kwan so ɛna ye de ɛbɛyɛ ɛde ama wo afei obi pese ɔhyɛ ne sin gold silver oba gentleman dental ni nyina ye gentleman dental clinic ye tia kwan ɛnyɛ yira kwan kora ye wo Koforidua Central Police Station ɛnkyɛn hɔ a babi a market no ɛwɔ no ufiri abronsan na new story building na okɔ Central Police Station no gentleman dental branch baako ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna woduru ɛnkran so a ye wo nungwa usi nungwa main lorry station hɔ kora na ofra nurse baako bra be fa anase station n'akyi authority street no so gentleman dental branch baako wɔ hɔ ɛna atomic down dɔme kwa benya runabout no so hɔ gentleman dental branch no baako so ɛwɔ hɔ ɛna woduru takrade pipe ano traffic light na ɛwɔ pipe ano hɔ no obefa kwan na ɛkɔ Tadisco junction obepa junction no kakra kɔ w'anim obo sɛ OGN bank no ɛwɔ hɔ yɛne OGN bank na ne wɔ the same premises ɛna Kachima nso so yɛwɔ magazine market kwan no so hɔ a onsa nifa so hɔ a gentleman dental branch baako ɛwɔ hɔ anase opposite AY Ahmed ɛna uduru Kumasi Abrepo junction total filling station hɔ a traffic light na ɛni hwɛ G runabout no ufiri total filling station na yabron sign no na edi hɔ direct opposite to the Methodist school ɛhɔ ɛna gentleman dental yɛwɔ Tamalin so yɛwɔ Tishigu ufiri yabron sign na okɔ MTN main office yɛne Tamale post office ɛna edi anywhere ɛyɛ adwuma free ɛda joada kopem ɛda memeda
Oh, okay. Yemra na fe yemma momodin na mo questions na mo de aba no. Yemeyi ngo emfa emma mo. Kessben television Kessben 93.3 mo questions na mo de aba Friday. We just for transit na fe yahwem kakra enso de amamo. Awa. Draw na basu.
Yeah.
Na questions I'm say bando do no ano efa draw no. UEFA Champions League draw.
Very very interesting parents here be
Yes. Na before say special questions na sekra no betimi throw light kakra or draw no so by. Saying it here am for ntiase.
Yeah. Say draw no is very very confusing. Say one share so a.
Yeah.
Say before last season na ye UEFA Champions League yenya 8 groups. Na group bia yenya 4 teams e bewurem.
Yeah.
So 4 teams no say jo obia bebo 6 matches each. Obia bebo home and away. Obeko way home. No so about home. Obeko way home. No so about home. But say what last season near PSG ya and omode 4 teams beka 32 no e man e call 36. So there has been an increment of teams from 32 to 36. So ama akoye say yebe group of fixtures we yebe group of fixtures
before say eba 32 na say
before say
eba 32 normally 4 back come 36 na say previously
say na UEFA competitions and na knockout stages and later on yebe wure mu into group stages from 16 and about 32 So 32 no na boa kopim last season.
Okay.
And last season only 4 teams. And no ye sa format anka Super League ne ba no. Ka eno no na UEFA be file.
Okay.
Super League anka some top European clubs F2 almost so sen ka mo ba be bono say yo sa format no na UEFA afa no.
Okay.
So when acquire say ube meet teams be ewo home. And ube meet teams be away. Teams be wa ha only the bo home no ano no. Unkwa ni home biom.
Okay.
So omoye pot no based on how the UEFA rankings in terms of European coefficient in the city.
Okay.
So oha I don't know how teams no have been paired. So say yo oha teams like FC Copenhagen. Ni horizontal lines na. Just teams will be share no.
Okay. All right. Okay, horizontal line as you say.
Sebia. If like etene in free throw matop.
Okay.
Okay.
If free throw and matform.
From matform.
Nemo if ni fa ko bem.
Aha.
Okay.
Yes. So say who for example, FC Copenhagen, teams are only on that line. Omo no be share omo.
Okay.
Sanso na Uba Munakwa. Ono so teams are on that line. Omo no be share omo.
Okay.
Nti sa kopim that last end no.
I see.
But when you say you boy na ya no group like in terms of obia 36 teams no a table. Obia bebo 8 games send win mu city no. Obia bebo 8 games. Obebo 4 home games, obebo 4 away games. So ye bo we are na top 8 from number 1 to 8. Say you mo be uremu into the automatically more qualify.
Top 8
no. But
top 8 is saying what to be a
you bought 8 games new year. Say I quite say table. Table obia 36 teams obia wo mubi. Based on the points build up. Obia will have 8 games obetimi winning nyina. Jo winning nyina our topic. Depending on the number of points obia benya based on matches obebo no. You bo we are mu nyina 36 teams nyina say jo mu nyina mo line. But there's a points build up na be kire mo positions. So in top order no from number 1 to number 8 say Joe more qualify more than chain. Now from number 9 to number 24 ya pair mo. And only based on my positions. Now from number 12 to number 25 to number 36 say Joe more the way. Omo into the knockout stages no.
Until from number 9 to number
24. And also 16 teams.
16
teams. And no you be pair mo. We pair mo depending on how a be home and away. Maybe we be home first. We be until no say we be kaya.
Na you saying eko.
Until nature say 16 teams ye boy say 8 be qualify. No ma ba be ka 8 na mo di kaya top na mo gina nche no. Na money on my knockout stage na Copim CB do final. Nti Obekaya last season, Real Madrid any Manchester City omo cut top 8 no mu. So omo mienu no ye pe omo ema omo ball knockout before so move mu into the knockout stage one.
Omo follow within 9 to 24.
Yes, omo follow within the top 8 no mu. So anyway, one typical example of like idea inya e last season. So what it means say opese uwo within the competition now and say uko below 24. Or more points build up no uko below 24th position as you. What it means say Champions League season are ending.
Wow. You remember because questions no I said do one na one for a confused. Last year in Abuche Basila I don't know. The BM say omo na nsanti asia na kotofofro na ba. Ese you explaining enema the new doc. Time be confusing go for. I don't know.
A bit complex kakra.
Yes.
And last season me kai say education kakra. But say your kotofofro so to me bem. What you say? And obi okra so on those days in bia we in chichimu the person missed that part of the show. Into question about because why, and I think Awal has done a brilliant job on the explanation. Probably and because the format we normal dream and say almost per se in such a way say you bring big matches at the league phase. First near friend group phase. Now first net dim pass will be league phase in the Real Madrid ni Barcelona. Sorry, Real Madrid ni be a Chelsea ball.
Just one out of
few occasions. Maybe when your big teams mean one group. So they want the competition to be exciting throughout. The other thing yes so unique about this is Obiba home no bar unkoni home. At the league phase. Obi able 8 matches. 8 no Obiba 4 home, 4 away, but against 8 different opposition.
The whole for problem kakra.
Yes.
Say the Entina young fans say Chelsea and Barcelona. E be back home. The Entia.
Bono ebia Camp Nou.
Omo
back.
Yes. So almost say why?
And also Nenso kakra ohun. But I say Europe no. Omo ya bedru level omo jitum say Europe ni one country. Enti Enuntina
home advantage ni ho.
Home advantage. Person mu say home advantage ni ho. Into my away go rule.
Okay.
Even before they came to this league format, no more cancel away go rule.
Okay.
Because they think that so bo England, no be bo Spain and ye bibia.
Yeah.
Who free England now about Spain, they think it's about the same country. Into Mukromo no Omaya could do level said they don't recognize away and as a home advantage.
Okay.
Which in natural fact for me I disagree. Because the best teams in Europe or anywhere at the end of the season, it bring more points when you home as in away.
Yeah.
The worst team will still get more points at home than away.
Sure.
So there's still some level of advantage playing at home. But that is the level they've got into. Format, you know, on advantages and disadvantages. First of all, Nanka league, league phase, you know, 32 teams. Yeah. But the team increase, you know, they call 36.
Yeah.
And the margins, and the first, you know, teams bought fewer matches, no more free. Because Ubo home and away, more 4 and more one group to be about 6 matches. But as it stands now, at the league phase, Ubo bought 8 games, 2 more games. So they've succeeded in increasing the games. And in Europe, the more the games, the more TV, the more money.
Okay.
Into this format brings more money, it brings more excitement, it brings more competition, and people have embraced it.
Okay.
It
As I say, a while I be explaining this here as a horizontal. Na enye vertical. Okay. Na be brain him say teams na ya lesi o hono. Obi a be share a group na na ya no knowing say
enye grouping. Enye grouping.
Uno ba ko ba to a TV no so na ya chiri kakra.
It depends on how say the omasia no. Because I was site ni bi so omaye no vertical.
Okay.
Ya obi ho omaye no vertical bi wa say o the Chelsea
omaye vertical no horizontal de ni ho.
Madam ka say eno no omo e bia obehu e bia
we come bet me
we need your more for one team.
Ntina me ke
say Madrid ni
opponent nko yes e bi o a
omo yen say that simple.
Yes simple. Ntina me ka say e bi o depend site no e bi ofa Chelsea na wafa Madrid na wafa Juve na wafa other team no wa the draw no wa say no wa draw no say but from the UEFA proper no it is what you explain. You know more to what Franco Narena was said. Omo person omina disparity between the league phase and a drew the knockout phase ne proper, especially when it comes to the quarters and the semis. See group phase near Kobo Chelsea or Spotify company near Bebono Stamford Bridge. See drew semi finals ne quarter final taste in the Beba fem. But so on say omo person say Chelsea versus Barcelona will be played at the Stamford Bridge. But Chelsea didn't Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. Because say grew drew the semis, the quarters, and not the home and away.
Yeah.
But group phase or the league phase, no, because almost percent we different from the standard version. Until almost percent, so we the able home now we away. Now we wa inti. And now there's open. Chelsea will go to Diego Maradona. The next phase they will go to a different venue. Say the bear Obia Benyan Sayana. What me are put to every venue to enjoy the game. The main motive in this now what they can JP Morgan Sikana and Komo Kojama Fiorentino Perez and the Mabe Super League no says you know she group phase ko matches are PSG bebo she matches are Barca bebo she matches are Chelsea bebo you know you really enjoy it I was saying na make
okay
until we don't
who will be say they are simple
who say they are simple just say team no aha no beko until eno ko esa Aisha no say we Arsenal will play Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. They will play Inter Milan. Giuseppe Meazza. Omobebo the next team near Atletico. Yes. Emirates again. Club Brugge in away. Olympiacos. And you know, into when they are simple. A simple.
One interesting thing is for Bayern Munich. Only Chelsea bebo. Only Arsenal bebo. But Arsenal ni Chelsea. First, no be group of no but opponent might not be as much as opponent, but also you be opponent. It's very
easy. Arsenal group now. Arsenal ne here for the boy.
Arsenal bebo home to Bayern Munich. No akwa away any Inter Kobo. No Asaba home any Atleti abebo. Then no Akobo Club Bridge away. Waba home abebo Olympiacos. No of course Slavia Praha. after about away no about home any karat amati omo na jubilate say omo nya Madrid ne omo no omo ko Arsenal then na Arsenal asa kwa away to a club Athletic. Oh, okay. It's draw no move for club na no my draw amount. Sure. On for club na near your draw amount. 8 teams no. Why na any bar we? Why na any bo? Okay. Until we draw no my club. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, as a group, no, you're okay. I'm
very okay.
Obi ask me buy me without say. Just want me without say. Oh, you're okay.
Club also the one also.
Okay. Almost some world champion to be anti mechanic Obi say feature be so mama.
Yes, very okay.
There's someone here be say. Almost formatty.
One for draw on some to.
I'm for we answer me too. But there ba ko say be say. When you be ni group nso mo points na you be rank mu nyina. Yeah. What I say? Yeah. We mo say teams 36 Obia 8 matches na be bon points na mo be bon obia be nya no ene ye be league table. Yeah. Ni ahihye mu nyina from 1 to 36. Yeah. Until you are not in the same group with somebody, but in the league table, you are on the same league table with the person. Yeah. Or that team. Okay. Until you be 36. Until you say the obia penny say obi ura first 8 in him. Yeah. Teams in the start how you can see ura first 8 in him. Avoid the play of home and away game no. Into him on beba 9 to 24 no. On beba more games than all the other teams. Okay.
Question back when so running through questions na by you know. Any Momo Modena yenhwe group of death. Mobile listener say from the top to the bottom.
It's difficult to say group of death, but rather which team has the toughest games.
I think PSG. Our PSG group no. Yeah, only PSG na my
PSG group no for number 2
PSG for the games.
Come the horizontal na can no be
simple. No be simple. First one on the buy no.
Horizontal na can be simple.
PSG matches na dey.
Okay, PSG games.
Okay.
Bayern Munich at the Parc des Princes, Barcelona at the Spotify Camp Nou, Ombeko Bergamo, Ombeko the Bay, Ombebo against Leverkusen at the Bay Arena. Tottenham Bay Arena, Tottenham at the Parc des Princes, no more Sporting CP. Newcastle at home, ATM.
No, Athletic Club, Bilbao.
Okay. Ombeko San Mamés. Okay. Na Omabo Parc des Princes against Newcastle. You know, matches.
I think PSG has the toughest draw.
Chelsea group no dey sir.
Chelsea group no so edin. Enefo. For Chelsea dey number. Okay, yeah, hurry. For Chelsea dey number.
For Chelsea group no matches e ho nso.
We mo Bayern Munich, Tottenham Hotspur, Barcelona.
Yeah.
Newcastle.
And Newcastle. Okay.
Newcastle show mo 4-1.
Make I enjoy cry. Let 2 seasons ago. You know Chelsea dey na dey. Hey, okay, relatively
Barcelona, Bayern,
Napoli,
yeah.
Atlanta.
Stubborn. Even Benfica in Champions League.
Yes. Stubborn. Napoli easy.
So Chelsea don't team Benfica. Bayern Munich, Barcelona. And so you know we say tough. But you know when 2012 na mo the Champions League ni we mo na mo show mo. Enti afu we mo say eje. But I want to no, last 2012, 2012 when you won the Champions League. We won a Chelsea. If you want to go back to the history in the Champions League, 2012 when you won the competition at the Allianz Arena, teams now you beat Benfica, you beat Napoli. And no na Mukolusu 3 at Diego Maradona. Omubeye come back. It was Stamford Bridge, you know. And Amukoshe Bayern Munich and the Fernando Torres Ramirez match against Barcelona. Until 2012, Richards and Anna Junior Monye. But this is another difficult one as well.
Very difficult.
Yes.
Okay, Omuyi Napoli round 16.
Yes.
And Omuyi Benfica quarters. And Omuyi Barca semi.
Yes.
And Omushe Bayern Munich final.
In the final.
That was it.
Yeah, Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Okay.
Liverpool. Only Madrid would
do. Yes.
Munye ntente mai.
Horizontal.
First one am the buy na what the analysis.
Yeah, and very simple.
Okay, so we know omuma one team na I think that one too is.
Who's offer horizontal na offer team no.
Esaso. Joe Power. You know match dey happy.
You happy.
You happy papa. Oh, we dey say ni word. Baba ne be ba omu na what's about that time. Na Chelsea Barca there. Hey, it's Stamford Bridge. What a match. What a
Liverpool there no.
You know the entrance omunya na ya ba.
All right. munya na yaba na yabehwe mu kakra. All right. My answer questions no kakra bi makasa enche yehwe ni mu se mpanifo bi beti bia anko bom dia on baba na ye no modi nkomo kakra. Okay, Liverpool group. And so na ewo ho no
Madrid at home.
Yehu Madrid.
Real Madrid International Atleti. Ombebo Atleti o home no moko Frankfurt away. No mabebo PSV Eindhoven. Na Olympique Marseille. Karabakh and Galatasaray. Manageable. I think so. Over there no two heading. Inter and then Real Madrid.
Which might qualify easily.
Omon Madrid there so bra. Okay. Obi say obi are testing with Madrid there na heading.
Madrid is there.
Madrid only City game.
Madrid
only Liverpool's game.
Okay.
Yes.
Real Madrid.
Yes.
Omoni.
Hey, almost there na heading.
Almost the other buy is here.
Osanko back na the money buy answer na do.
Yeah. Man City is a game. Liverpool, Juventus, Benfica, Olympique Marseille. Unum say first four be a former champion.
Old folks will be meeting. Man City Madrid games in recent time in the Champions League, and then Liverpool, Real Madrid in the last 3 seasons. Omaba, Vini, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Omaba, Juventus, Madrid, and Juve Emre. You know, can see a big game in the Champions League. The Ronaldo's hat trick is still fresh in our memory. Benfica and Madrid do history way back in the early days, but Marcel just trying to put the pieces together. Olympiacos not so much, but Kylian Mbappe, Ebebo against Paul Pogba, Ansu Fati, the old Monaco, and you know Madrid so first four no. Easy.
Yeah.
More than one your team here, one your team Nimpediano, Nasemato. They said the last season, it take you against Atlanta. And on what situation, no? Atlanta 3-2 in Bergamo. Inti Madrid is first 3 matches.
Inti besa basudu a ebia.
Karat for no mu jubilate o munya Real Madrid.
Madrid ba home.
Real beautiful.
Omo the president every
Real beautiful no call beautiful.
Kazakhstan.
Yeah, Kazakhstan.
That's a long journey. Yeah. About 12 hours.
Yeah.
From Spain to Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Until Nebi Kase, and then because from there to US, you're shorter.
Yeah.
Than from Spain to US, it's even shorter than from there to Kazakhstan. So it's a long journey.
Inti bia besa basubu am finfin obi na eba bewia na yasan aba na afi no bi dia to ha na yasan chechirem kakra aside de amamo ba say summarize here. Home and away. Ubetimi abo club akon home onko na way. Nze o ma ye no. Na yeyi top 8 no. Okay, near the Mogunchen. Na fe 9th to 24th.
Yes.
Almost abo home and away. Obia na nyonko bebo. Na yeyi 8 free honso. Akoka 18 or one 16. A whole number group phase no asena 24 free 24 kono marry. Na modemon ka ho. Na yimu edi every Champions League no emu. Na 16 no ya to aso ho. Minim say clear. Inti yebesa basubium na yabe chechim. I wonder why European clubs have still not realized Mourinho's strategy of provoking clubs to sack him and take away huge compensation. I saw his latest sacking by Fenerbahce coming. He provokes by starting to criticize the club's hierarchy. He can even attack the whole league as corrupt. He is now an expert in taking away compensation by provoking his sacking. And you still find some clubs desperate to employ him. My name is Kofi Broadcasting Ebeye Adrian.
Mourinho chef Benfica. You free Champions League man come back. No. Monday no busa make me buy and catch and say if he fail to eliminate Benfica, they will sack him. Into almost sacking and make frame first and the no can you know it is not about compensation. It is about.
Is it not true? It's a time no. Oba be free clubs ma na oni omo won tokwa.
You know
it is on the board no oni omo say management whatever. Na omo problems. No criticize omo in public. Players don't criticize him in public. Is it not true?
It's true.
I lead it to a sack.
Dear the compensation. Performance. You know, when Mourinho is performing, he doesn't fight with anybody. Oko Inter Milan or Koye Juma Kama or J Champions League or record will be in the Syrian or Dr. Massimo Moratti Cocoin. No, he had problem with Real Madrid when he started failing to live up to expectation. Into Jose issues, Manchester United or by or Charles or when one kasa, he won the Europa Cup. One no be a nyantokwa. Time Mourinho besha say no be a nyantokwa, you know, a performance na didn't talk about. Into issues na dia oho, but you know, Jose is not performing, and the reason why he was sacked wasn't because of his battles with the leadership. Against Benfica, he failed to eliminate them into Nomapam.
Or started say or son, no starting to come.
Yes.
The confusion can or starting who's or son and go yepe, no starting to come. Say Eddie Baby Sakino.
Like Obama,
No provoke, yes.
No apama.
No provoke. No provoke.
Mourinho de na say abeye akoma sam na tuntwa ho. No twa no nemfa na de besia ne say.
All right. It says it only two. There's also Fenerbahce, Obeko Club on more Champions League, and Onko Europe. No, a coaching a simple boko run into.
And no, yes.
None as more can say Europe for no time.
It was a game at Kessben Tepen the referee. Na penalty BC. And an Mourinho say ye gestures be what bench ho. And I say a yen one say within that seconds around go. O timi who red card then sabi who gestures no yes sabi man red card. Inti sadia o free Fenerbahce o Beko Club o mu Europe say be Europe for insisi. And the man ko cars asem.
But the cars asem na Mourinho wa jiska pa. Minim say nka so obu nkrofo ensem wa jiska.
Compensation.
Compensation. Chelsea 21 million euros. 21. Them say nyina ho no oje kese pa ansa na Spurs aba. Then Real Madrid 21 million euros in 2013. Chelsea beam 14.5 million euros 2015. Man U 20 million euros 2021. Tottenham Hotspur 21 million. Roma 3.5 million. And Fenerbahce betua 15 million euros. We no nyina yesika opam na no aje no ko.
Okon baby.
Oje enchena obi fufu abefa no. Nenu na sa abeyi bro.
I think the idea behind playing one match and not home and away in league stages is that a competition can travel beyond 9 months if it's played home and away at league stages. They have time limit and the teams participating are too many. There is no easy match in this new UEFA Champions League format. Do you agree?
Easy match. Governor of Real Madrid. Ebo mukrumo na omu tukrumo no. One nyo omo mpe. Ye easy match be.
Kairat.
Obi bo Genoa. Obi bo Chelsea de Barca bo Stamford Bridge. Na se PSG ne Newcastle ebo ewo St James is added the same.
Now so called Al Malti. Na ne Kairat. Some matches are easy but
yes.
Obi no obefa easy. No cry no.
Do you know why Manchester United is suffering? It's because of Gary Neville. When he talks about Chelsea selling, he wanted Chelsea to be a mid-table team. I want your crew to tell us who they want to win the Champions League. Okay. Now the Friday by I don't know.
Gary Neville na ma Amorin koshi ni penny man up and at Runtimi Reno. On a man Daniel Dankwami coach.
Please, in the Galka top 4, I know Galka told the clubs they will use head-to-head if the points are equal. But my question is, did Galka tell them the penalty is also going to be used? Penalties are also going to be used as head-to-head. Santana, anyway, if you Accra of Fanko and Abre and Anopei, me free Accra of Fanko na Mati Esi Eye and Cranwa Agbogbulushi. Agbogbulushi, the hard anyway, if you Abraham. Good morning to you and your panelists for BP Free Sports. Though I think UEFA should consider the goal-keen issues based on the number of matches other players might play. The hadaha and anyway, and so every Agbogbulushi Abraham, Zekov Mohammed, and anyway, Abba. Good morning, boss. Looking at the Champions League draw. One, can Andy give us the first 8 teams that can book their qualification to the round of 16? And number 2, can Chelsea still sign Xavi Simons after the boy is done with his medicals with Spurs? Medicals on Gwawasanyo. And
there as of here rest you don't sign. Or my prepare 7-year contract.
Go you said up to 2030.
2032.
2032.
Yes. Oma prepare. Why in the medical side? Oma prepare contract to 2032, but Unyan sign it.
Okay.
Chelsea, according to Chelsea.
Okay.
According to Chelsea, almost say Omon hijack deal.
Okay. On the Romani Daso. Ghana chun them say Jema no player the who be there.
No, say if you look at what Park and so Omo here a left-sided forward rather instead of and was a Javis one I was at and then Family Lopez as well. Into Genoa well.
Well, let's see. Into say the secondary Ezika Konde there Tottenham Hotspur
60 plus 12. Yeah.
How will Chelsea fans feel if Jose Mourinho had returned to Stamford Bridge with Fenerbahce instead of Benfica? And not Chidwe free Kaswa and Ebre. Mami free Kaswa Accra wa. Na me sign call Africa must reason Accra. And also as a cool your crew give us the records of all the last 50 matches between Hearts of Oak and Asante Kotoko, taking into consideration official and non-official, competitive and non-competitive matches. Hey, Africa must reason. The last 50 matches, official, non-official, competitive, non-competitive matches. Okay. Now and also no. You call the talk so you call a Dadrin Ebe Axim. Dadrin Ebe Axim. Semadiba Mandela. And I do a free ho and so Ebre. Or say, please, I want Andy Kem and say Franco Naro to tell me how good Manchester United Man U's future looks like. How well Amorim is going to build this team and how well they could compete in Europe in the coming years. And it's serious how people are not paying attention to the kind of team and young talents Enzo Maresca is building at the Stamford Bridge. Sir Madiba Mandela and anyway Ifri Dadrin near Axim and so Abre Yang. Oyibo Boateng in saka message Ifri Nyine say good morning Sergio. Which player is the all-time top scorer in the Ghana Premier League and how many goals did he score? Oyibo Boateng there also the Abre Yang. No. Me free Oyibo Boateng the so na me call a year Mankranso Senior High School, Kingsley Asante Amwakujo. Please, I want you and your noble crew to discuss the importance of the following activities in our senior high schools. 1, Milo games. Number 2, inter-school and college. Example of footballers and athletes who have come out from the following events. And best senior high schools noted for these games. Okay, my young court the next question and also if he and by Setavia Ahimako Cobain on our way and so Abre. Good morning, Sergio. The world champions have been drawn against the champions of Spain and Italy. Remember in 2012 we met Benfica, Napoli, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and we beat them all to win the Champions League. It's another year of glory for Chelsea. We'll have to win it all. Chelsea is still the world champions. Or champions of the world. Okay. You be free as so na yaba a year. Okay, wait a what question I am winning in TNTM and mammy. Namin to me and kind and so and far and mamu. Good morning. The call-up. Among the call-up by Coach Otoado, which player or players will your panelists have ways to see who are not in the squad? Okay, Jamal Kintampo, they also the Abadano. So, good morning. Can a winger or centre back wear jersey number 1? Okay, now and also I don't know. Me call a year Ember, Mpobi Zongo, Ember. Good morning to you and your wonderful crew. I want Andy to analyze for me if Bellingham comes back from injury. Who is going to be benched? Okay. In terms of the midfield 3. All right. Emba, anyway, Ifrim Pobi Zongo and so Abraham. The next one, Osei Thomas Partey is among the Black Stars caller. Partey is going to court on September 2nd, and Ghana is playing 4th September. Will the state fly Partey back from camp to UK for his case? Sir Cabis, Manchester, Old Trafford, and Eddie we and so are braying. Me call Ben Ewo Ofanko. Please ask Dr. Franco Nairo to give me his candid opinion on this. Does he think sacking Amorim is the best way to go, looking at the fact that he is the 7th manager after SAF, and nothing seems to be changing for United? Or should we stick with him like Arsenal did with Arteta and see how things will go? Ben Ofanko, they are also by no. Me free Ofanko, number called Dan Suman, Bright Edie, Dan Suman Agege. I want that he came to provide me with the best 11 players from both Barcelona and PSG. Best 11. There's a combined 11, Barca, PSG. Okay, they also the Abba, I don't know. Me free her, now Marco, the next one. I would like to request your sports analyst, Andy Kem, to conduct an in-depth analysis of Bayern Munich squad depth and its potential impact on their performance in the Champions League group stage. Say fresh way if Huni Valley, Takwa and so Abeka Yensa and Anopai. How many Ghanaian clubs have made it into the group stage of African club competition in their debut season over the last 2 decades? Fabio Edway Ififadi Mampontin and so a Brian Fabio and so Diano and no. Maminko General PK Accra. Please, the last 3 years Nanaya Amponsa spent at Kumasi Asante Kotoko, how many players were signed, how many players were sacked, and how many players were sold within that 3 years? And how many sponsorship did he bring to the club? How many sponsorship deals did he bring to the club? Okay, 3 years. The number of players he signed, the number of players he sacked, and the number of players he sold. Okay, they're also the Abba. I don't know. My uncle, the next question. So my question is, if Liverpool signs Isak, what will be their front three? Okay, now and also I don't know. Nana man can do a free wenchi and so abekaminsa and anopay. Me free wenchi me konya kumasi ahinkro. Na also if Isak can go join Liverpool, can they be considered as runaway title winners? And can Tottenham be a contender for the title? Looking at their play and signings. Aro Nyankumasi Ahinkro and anyway and so bre yen. Yebetu aso na yako catalyst udwe free Pando Royal El Shaddai Printing Press. I work Pando. All right. But me call Pando. Question benefit Pando by my darling club Chelsea need to sit up after seeing the Champions League draw yesterday. We lost Xavi Simons to Tottenham. I want Andy to tell me who will be a perfect replacement for Xavi Simons for Chelsea to sign. Catalyst, my share also a message, Hi, Kessben Sports. Which of the last Black Stars captains, including the current one, has featured in the least number of AFCON tournaments? Ibrahim Diwefi, Verona, Italy, and Abreu. Before Italy, maybe Takwa, Alfredo. Which foreign goalkeeper will your panelists pick as the best to have played in the Ghana Premier League? Na and also no. Me free ho na mako Semfi Tom Nediwe free ho Abreu. I don't understand why Ghana Football Association is allowing Legon City's owners to buy a new team to play in the Ghana Premier League. It got to a time when he couldn't even pay the players at Legon Cities. Some players terminated their contracts and left the club. But now they have a lot of money to buy a new club and change the name to Legon Cities. Can the FA do something about it? Tom Semfi, Unaudiwe, and so Abreye. Which foreign goalkeeper will your panelists pick as the best to have played in the Ghana Premier League? Alfred Odwe Takwa and Abreye. May call Agogo. Fred and Ediwe and so free Agogo Abreye. Good morning. Has Cecil Jones Atuko Efio taking the Black Stars to any AFCON before? And also, oh dear, no. So, considering the controversy surrounding the elections yesterday, can't it be rerun? Hey, sir. Kwame Mwako, Edway Efri, Techiman, and so Abreye. Sir, all right. Luckily, Penimpa, Gimatek Penimpa, no, ewa. Yane be din komo na yabusa nsem kakra enso afa enra abato na ekoso no nti munya botre kakra my please. I want Annie to analyze Newcastle's bid for Lopez and how Barca can replace him. Samuel Manted Wefi Accra Pantine Accra enso abekan yensa. Good morning the general. Okay, Mashewe. I say which World Cup did Baggio, Platini, Romario, Maldini play for the last time? Kweku Suarez, Edway Efri, UDS, Tamale, and so and Abreye and Anopei. Memfa we NC na yenhwe first batch of questions no. Yebesa ba na yabe answer mo second batch of questions no de mamo. Yesremo a munya botre kakra emfa emaye. Ye dan ho abasisi a na fe ye de others na kanina and so Abreye. But mami nyina mamfa kwa we so na doc mami mao
Dr. Okay. Jima.
Yes. Jimatek kofa by nankasa ewo studio ha me kachire mo me ma introduction no ngase ye hwe ni mu se pani kese pa beba na onya bedu a bededi ebeto edwa Dr. Jima of Jimatek ono ankasa ewo ha pe mu no doc akwaba seju bato se ye de nyame adom yede nyakopon asepa kofa by fabu census. All right. Na in some way now
General
Doc Atnasi.
Yeah.
Man for the questions be brave aba.
Be brave to the nyina be din
ko bia yin komodidie na fi Doc ura ha no pay am pacho edin kan e beba questions no so na ebusa on sempi obekasa enra elections na course no be describe on say you can nyina born tofa obe describe nyina say
say you medasi no election there one of a kind.
Okay.
The first time in the whole of West Africa, no, a football club used to electronic voting for any type of voting.
Okay.
Our club name, and it was hugely successful. You know, a club name penny for review BBI. Who say because a BBI co no, they already no or more announcing.
Okay.
Say onona. Election course no bibia call kama ultimately.
Oh, okay. Hugely successful. Let's say kasa then say kikawan kakran krabia kra ma we wait to imagine so the protesting.
So yes. Don't say first time I did electronic voting to abasi. Enti chiremu bi wo hɔ na obi enti ase I was say chiremu ma ohun say okay we enti na we yi say se ne be ye obenya hoto so say next time ye ya sense onim say ne ye ni enti no esi a obehun say sanity.
Okay. Enti nipa kro no ntimi enyina so emfa nkase de moye ni nyina no ye gituma enye because mo take decision say na mbeye na moye ampa nra.
Oh, there be
not possible, sir. Okay. Yeah, come on, be BME pa. If it's a solo ne winning ra, but obeying a press conference, I can simply Nina ne one more than what may year no bako de amaye. Of course, a very fabu senses, and so home komoka ewa. But to Mamma Kwana meaning komoka me ba. It was some ahudo p. na mo questions no ye ne doctor edi nkomo no ano mo questions no enso ye bebo modern na ye yia no krankra enso e de amamo munya botre kakra man no mienu na ye be page mu ye wo mre papa me ko eye koja farmer na ye di nkomo kakra e de efiri wo ye ba na nkomo twetwe no ya sase let us say
Sergio nyamiadom
baby e koso kama ho
nyamiadom kama
che we de da metimi anya no gold na boni mu na
gold na pa na se che na nkasa
me pe gold no ba me wi ani che na fra
ene mepe ba kwa bro
mati
aha mepe ba kwa bro na ye kama
ben komo free Kojak farmer
Sergio mpacho me da se anopai ma ye ma ahwefo ne yatiefo nyina ache na ye de nkomo efri Kojak farmer ana ema ye na tiefo ene ahwefo ene anopai na nkomo no eyadesua ye wi ana afi ya sorry eye sima no edupe eno nti ebesere se wo beta waso amayen obi ho no mo afei ana wa join ne ye na wotie na opese wo si form obi ho ha wotekem eno nti ma mini nkan fa number no ema wo se ne be ya ye di nkomo no wa no se udru bus stop na se wo si form a na afei watimi afre na ye di nkomo 0531 069 945 0531 069 945 and 0531 070020. Afei Kojak farmer esemi musa se wo se na egu onum no me pa chaw etesen me pa chaw mfomso bi aba ho ana se entu yinko ade a na watie me yi papa yenim sa enipa yese no Nyankopon ebode ma ye no emma enipa woni monyam enso etimi konkane eno nti se ekobasa wo se ba akopempo eho to chema aya na eye problem kakra eno nti anopema membusa wo se no aya na sen na esitie obi ohon mo a wotie me anopai ne seta afemfem no pa dia no oden eno nti enso onwunu wontimi nombi obi nso ade a ehye wontumi kura afre se ne seka na efemfem no me pacho wotie me yie pa no a bomode sa wonsa ebetumi aka Kojak F toothpaste any Kojak F mouthwash na etimi aboawo me pacho demo no a wode mouthwash ni ejina wonum 3 minutes pe na wode Kojak F toothpaste no etwe wose no wose na efemfem wono ebejai die enti aba na saa do en se wose na nkasa na hoɔden a ewo mu no se ekofom a saa na eba eno enti bomode se ube replace ahoɔden no bio anasa obehye mu kena na wose na hoɔden ene nani monyam no etimi akɔ enkane ede amawo eno nti wopani wo be use Kojak F toothpaste ene Kojak F mouthwash na eno so etimi aboa wo yie pa ema wo sie chi nam no etimi yeden gam no etimi eyeden sanso na eyi enkabo ne nso efri wonom enti wodie no wokɔ provision stores supermarket shopping malls ana wo mo etonton paste ewo eye traffic mu no a me pacha wo so pe Kojak F toothpaste anase Kojak F mouthwash na etimi aboa afen so obi ohono mo a ne sia nkasa no ase kala no asesa ase aye kokɔ kakra asa aye brownish yellowish bi ana egunanum me pacho wo no bomode sa won sabeka Kojak charcoal toothpaste Kojak charcoal toothpaste me pacho charcoal no eboa ema wo se no etimi yefita kama de e kan say teeth whitening na the more no a wo sen ebia aduane bi adaso anwa bi adaso mo amonom joto ni ade no monkafra mo so ebia monom ye nsane ade no monkafra ebia na the more no a wonom sa ade no ama wo sene kala no esesa me pacho bomode sa wo sabeka Kojak eye charcoal toothpaste Kojak charcoal toothpaste yenim se jabidie de ni dwumadie ba ko a edie no ene se eboa ema enipa wo se no epa ye kama eno nti ane e kan se teeth whitening eno nti no bomoden sa wo sabetimi akabie me pacho enipa wo se ba ko pe se ye chemu a ewo ne beka se ewo ne pass ne miensa yewo enamel yewo dentine and yewo pop cavity me pacho de ebetimi aboa amasa pass nyina tima ye adwuma se ba kokura no ho ban mfomso a etimi affect ni nyina ene se ube yusu eye Kojak P toothpaste ene Kojak P mouthwash de enti ho behia ma wo no ene se obi ohono a aya na ne sen ase efiri mojan kakra ye kan obi a wo sa problem no obetimi akonfirm obi ohono a hwe nka no but ono ankasa hunu sa ase mojan kitinkiti bi e wo ne sen ase emoja bi e wo nanum e kire sa wo sen ase nankasa ne kuro ana aba ho ana obi ohono so a na ne sen achi nam no aye kuro me pa cha obomoden se wo ye wadwen se obebu ani aguso a said the enim se sebio ekuro to ho a ebon no saa na se ekuro no ba wo se ase ane wonu mu a me pacho e ma wo oral hygiene no enkwanka ne eno nti e ba na saa no a ye ka asomsam a wontumi nka bi asam a esere wuduru badwam a wontumi efiri se ukobie wonu mu a obi abeka se enum kankan ewo ho eyanim guase pa enye obi a na ohu saa problem no a obetimi abɔ wamane eno nti ye kan empane se ahodaso ne bema bomode sa wonsa betimi aka eye Kojak P mouthwash ene Kojak P toothpaste me pacho wo se ase kro no ebeku na firi ho na ama wo se no enka bone no a eno nti wontimi ne anyonkofo nsere no ne nyina so atimi afiri ho ebema wonu mu ayhwam kama na afi nso no ebema wo se achi na ayeden ekuro ewo onu mu a no ayusu Kojak P mouthwash ene Kojak P toothpaste na eno nso atimi aboa wo papa na obi wo no nso a ne sena bone ntokuro wanhwe yi a wo se ne betutu agu emfa nkwahye kaka ana obi wo no nso a watena se ama kaka etutu ne sinyina egu abonten eno nti no entwamu na awotwe anafono enhono me pacha wo anim guase no yifiri honom empanisi edua nya webe wo no yetu ase na mom eya na yensensena no bomode sa won sabetimi aka Kojak charcoal toothpaste Kojak P mouthwash Kojak P toothpaste any Kojak F mouthwash any toothpaste me pacha supermarket provision store no a ewo wachi ho no ene pharmacy no a ebe wo no anasa wonam traffic mu a bomode sa won sabetimi aka bie na won so di duru fia obedi adanse afei emofra no mu be use Kojak kits edie no self explanatory Kojak kits na tell say emofra dia na emofra dia no to baako a wo de bo baako bekum no ma mienu efiri se ne brush esa ahye ho emofra dia no won mo brush esa ahye ho eno nti bomode sa won sabeka bi ama wo ba no se de be ya wo ba no wo nyine ba na wone ne mfefo edi nkomo edi agro wo school no se bi o yemfa enum kankan enkosere no ye won panimfo ne nkwada ne bi wo ho no mo a se woda sore pa na ne sum ya so se bi o anusuo kakra so a wontimi ena so bi o efiri se ebon me pacho saa enum kankan ne nyina no obrone se ye friend halitosis bomode se obeyi efiri ho na obeyi efiri ho no mo a na wo ankasa no wo use toothpaste ya ebetimi aboa aya na mpane ne se kwaku si proye be kan somsem a efira posen mama musa se paste be na wo use yi se emoa wo dia bomode se ye kasa ya no ko provision store no a ebe wo no ana pharmacy ho be bia ya to apete montene so na busa se wo pe Kojak product no ebi ye be bi amount for 0531 mo amopedo do atuo no 0531 069 945 and 0531 070020 eno ntemo fradia no brush no ehye ho dada monso a monom nsa ene mo a sebio ngusie so monom jot ni ade no smokers no ye de Kojak toothbrush aba montene so me pacha ano na de kama eche eno ntine se wo yuso a etimeboa ema ensa no stains a eja wo nom wo seso eno nti wo sem aye brownish yellowish ne nyina no ye betimi aye afiri ho wo sen be pai kama me pacha menka se jansa nom mentimi nsiziu na emom no wo nom no ana menka se jajoto no mentimi nsizi na emom dem wo na wo nom no pe bibia ebetimi abo wo sen ho ban efiri se wuduru badwom na wantimi ansere ya eya sasam a esere na wo nko a wo bie wonu mu asebio wo se no ekitabe 4 colors anegu onum ha dwen pa enti wo de no Kojak toothbrush na mo so akata cold flu ha mo adwen no me pa cho muntemi ye pa obi won so a ne tipa na no den severe headache obi ho no mo a ne titimi pa na ma ya na ne konkra gene me pa cho wo de no Kojak Procode me pa cho se wo fa bia ebe clean respiratory system no ama ba bia sese mframa fa atimi afa obi ho no mo a ye kasa yi pocket tissue ehye ne bottom se wo to bo ne kanie me pa cho yentu ase prekope obi ho no so ane hwini mo sisi complete eno nti se wa mie nanum na se bia tem bia be hu na wa ba nanum e kire se ne hwini mo sisi eno nti nanum ana wo homefa wo de no be use Kojak Procode na etimi aboa we no de obekọ pharmacy nko a eye pharmacy ho nkwa na benya Kojak Procode no ebie na Kojak Pharma edi mfinhia aduanan ana aye adwuman eno nti seba oral hygiene ana se oral health aya na empenese se akosio tuntum ewo ho no mo asebio yensa ne ho enko batatio nti bomoden se wonsa betumi aka Kojak nipa ne ebi na etimi aboa mepacha wo enkomo ne yetietia na se wutie ni ya ebetimi aboa na ekuo bi wo ho no mo a wodemu a sebio pampan na ofiri wonu mo ba no onyonko ben wontumi nka nanso na wo serew e wa bonten eno ntene mo mfra 0531 069 945 and 0531 070020 me pato bo se ho ban na wani monyam ntimi nkwanka na efiri se wo se ba ko pekura no etu anase esai na emframa kankan e wo wonu mu a aya na badwo mu pie no ede pa eno nti nkomo no se do wadaroma akwanya odi amaye ye de asi na mpanese asempa eyetietia
asempa kra intina eno so si numbers no so bi mama
me pacho Kojak numbers no 0531 069 945 and 0531 07 0020 that's it.
Kojak farmer product no msremo mamu fendi agrokra na de demba kuba bia wenya Kojak product no se na wasi ede atudwa no memfendi agro na tobi na beboa oye pa oto awankasa obedi hu adanse eda se pa next time u gold no nsan emfanko
me I say metu me hu say you metu me hu ti me do de bebro say bia masom bedwo me
all right Kojak farmer ehun komohwam na yate no Mr. Philip Japan Jima anameti eno anu no Jima Tech me pa cho yensan enko eye process ni nyina mu biom brani mu ha beboa me ye pa na nsem kakra pa na obin sete dia betudwa ese obeclear eno ema obia if there is ma oka no na kire se either say solo hijacking system no ana oboa solo ma mo hijacking system no ema wotumi ye dom bese mo ye bia okikan sempi bi kra de o se opesa otuma yes fence obia na system na reject boso otuma na reject osan ya attempt bi a o say you have voted already bisa or voting done na chese ni nyina no nsempi ene ye be ni nyina ba ko aba yen hyase emfree kwa be na mo fa so a mo arrive at system ya mo di adwuma no
e say jo edika maminda krurase ene akonya odi amaye say ntimini Asante Kotoko nya adwuma na minda the management of Kotoko ase headed by the chairman Nana Pinkra Kosiewa maba with the permission of the head of communication director lawyer Safuduku na mencha Asante Kotoko support say wo wiase afa na nyina say omaya adumama the first ever yetimidi electronic voting aye elections Ghana for a sports club any West African nyina na yenyina nim kwankra fabu census efa so baye ye dwene say kwan ben ne befo so aye betimi abo Asante Kotoko amanetime raise sika bosumi bia na abo team no eno ne me kofa fabu census baye na de ba kwa na ewo fabu census mu ni say supporters na Krora say omuna ye owners of the club no they should have a say in said the club no enyoma etie and one of the things was to allow them to be able to vote until started with the supporters leadership initially nanke to only NCC leadership nkwa until the obeba na circles for nkwa neto aba but mpanyifo yen say ye ma supporter bia o wiase afa na bia oye Kotoko supporter true Kotoko supporter no register for Abu census na otua 6 months dues or you're eligible se obeto abani bi and usually in NCC abano ebi nipa by 100 bi eneto but we you say nipa over 3,000 enato ebi wa manone ebi wo ekro bebre so etime to bi into the first of its kind no now before say you starting process ni nyina no the election committee nananom ena eda no any management of the club any the two contestants no can you know 3 contestants and about could drop here ye nyina ye share energy the modalities etum na ye nyina ji tum say ye the fabu census na beto aba no electronic elections na contestants no enso the omapedie eto ho say omo pese first time na ye electronic election enti said the Jimatek ye taye no na ye nyoma emuda ho fan no ti se fa abu senso so se utue ska se 10 cedis na utua no e fa ne se ebia nya 1 million cedis utua ho 10 cedis no akoka ho won se eye 1 million and 10 cedis bibia o dashboard so obetimi ahwe ye mfa sa transparency ni bia enye system no Inti make sure say system no e completely transparent. Inti supporter na otifie no auto abano onim say okay me ko to nipa 300 na to me to ye ba kwa be kan 301 me to na me to ma contestant A or 200 votes me to ye akoyi 201 votes. Inti supporter bia otifie bia obia monitor system no inti enya dia obi betimi atwa bia gum abrawa supporter na otifie ninim. Enu nti na say nyame adom 11 years ni na jima technical to kwa ye juma. You understand the dynamics a ewo team nim. Ti bibie ye bia ne manie fully transparent. Then the contestants nenso ye ma omo di omo IT team e bae e ma ye ni omo nyina hia ye before election no kra, that's the week before. And nyina ye share system nim obia busa ne questions e ma obia jitu mu say the system is robust for the election. Yeah. Credible for the election and it is transparent enough. And apart from their supporters ni who are supporters no dashboard of who voter no. IT teams of the contestants no so also a special dashboard. Apart from the voting results that no almost saying certain details medema intibi obetima project na supporters no media make so that supporters ni betimi
okay. Nti ehwa every America which the about television is na doc achechim kakra de amaye whatever you have no pamcho mo mayenhwe na doc mfaso na onchechim na yento aso ba na
nti omuhu the vote count no enyina na omase hu details to say yes kotoko number uhu country oni pakro na too free regional oni pakro na too free city are auto platform o use say US say website say Android app of Kotoko Express and iOS app ni nyina obehu me time a oto aba no na wahu nipa oto for now for data protection issues inti untimi who the name and the phone number ye nyina agree on that and Kotoko numbers
Obi who say me
yes who say una watu
okay but
obehu Kotoko numbers Kotoko number we etoma obi Kotoko number we etoma chairman Sulu and for the purposes of this intina on say after the one Kotoko number penny issue any idea can dash so that Kotoko numbers will not be reviewed on TV but omuhu all those details no because ne person process very transparent. Apart from that no more opportunity say at any point in the elections no on meet me download the Excel file of omo election no details nyina in the BBC na wonte ase you can download the Excel file and go through the file say BB wrong go mo yes so the system no was completely transparent and we gave them the accesses no and no nkyere say our system ni mu a obetima ko change BB wo there be entisa
Tina obian ni kwa obetima afa bia so hijack system
obian say Joe on say adwuma yi munim ya chekakra your system na most of the TV stations and big institutions of Ghana every voting vote easy no and over the years we know a normal way nyina so you put certain security measures be in place number one yenim say obi betimi register nipa bebre no ajeje omo phone number ne password so obeto ama omo so you implement what we call OTP one time password and this say ojeje phone numbers any password impuna o log in before say ebe approve ama wato aba no ebe busa say dial code bi wo phone so nanya 6-digit code fa shem ansa na watimi ato enti with that no bi ntimi enkoto ma obi ma nenye je say Matthias say to mame enti me dial code ni di me code na ma
I see. The better na obe complain say say be a main narrow others obi a person to bo obi a eno nko ha de enko oye second attempt na akache say wato abandada is that possible
explain we na supporters in Nigeria o the USSD air to abandon say the all send obi mobile money no one book code no and I was selected your person here. The process then say obo code *920 *99# na. Ebeba say national supporters elections. Number 1 Obin Seche, number 2 Solomon Fusuari. No what choose the open. Who choose the open na ebebu sasa confirm. Select 1 to confirm, 2 to cancel. And to select 1 to confirm na abato na atu. Na ete say the who send obi woman ni no say o chewo so session need to me end. Okay. They said also send mobile money amobi. Na you say ball pin. Na watch certain session be end. Because na o mama menya ntoma ba you. Ene one scenario. Second scenario ni say o to aba na unya choose one no na o send dia. Even post say o network drop here because I was sending no. What we in this o network drop here after say o select 1 to confirm na a drop here. Ubo say me network drop here after the me sa bo code ni bi ese mato wi. Enti process ne start here no. Yenya 1 or 2 people bi am ka say me na me too me choose confirm that me hu the see bi wa me network drop here me to ese mato wi. So what we did ni say instead say beka cho say what we keke no. Yeah, they say you have voted for this person. Okay. And say akoto support bia oti bia na. Obetima for phone. But *920 *99#. Say what to abani bia. E be show the automano.
Oh, okay.
I will be a bit mine CCA.
Mo to abani bia.
Obi otoma abani bi CCA. Obono na yiso. *920. Ebeka cho say voting has closed. Na the auto abani man no ni way it has been counted.
I see. In this ne complain no. Mo jituma
enye. I need any.
Doesn't narrow bebem de, but at any point, I'm on the IT team, no, about during the offense voting, no, about complaints be. And my okra also case, okra experiences had in be. Is it true? So, about Homa, on the couch, my auditum, so okra encounters our problems.
I say, the Umbeka radios wasn't a representation of idea of frame or phone so my discussing. Okay. It was around 3 thereabout and of frame with the IT team. Say Omehu Bibia Omontiasi in Tombeso Mubusami. And the issue was say Otuabana Mamin Chims and supporters in Tiasi. They said Yakotuaba election day na ya county personal. You see nipa 200 ne koto abano etintim so 200 in a guwe. Ya count say contestant A enya 120 ye need dia guo. Contestant B enya 80 ye need dia guo. Eno e show ye nyina enim say we enya 120 we enya 80. Now the second page ani show has CCN and say ya count ye wie no. Yes. Ya count ye wie na obi hu de obi enya no. Ye hwehwe count na account according to time omede to aba. Okay. Yes, according to time omede to aba. And I'm say from 12:59 na omu say omu to bi no. Omu de no emba mbeda soro say new one so mato. Okay. Enti and I make say yes, me amenhu sa de no. Enti me friend me IT time but oh, there be oko say o show page ni say bi wa na nka me ncha de bi. Unse hu previous 1 2 3 4 okay was because any panel to abane doso page bia to me show about just 30 2% who next people on my vote here o click next page ubehu enti me mo click mo hu say omo after 12 omo to e bit to 1 e bit to 2 e bit to 3 e bit to ni nyina no e wo ho okay obi a timestamps e wo ho and a CSV file na ye Excel file na download mi bu so ma download ani mo hwemwa mo hu sa amount for vote after 12 ni ade na mo say ani but still mo ntia say ade na e wo say arrange say omo to first no e de ne bus rent science no just say obi a hack system and we can assure everybody say you see security measures are there yes ade we no a serious security measures. Even USSD no hit only one IP address. Hit only one IP address. Enti obi ntimi use entena fie na or use another IP address e dia to egum. Okay. Secondly, ye to abani nyina ye monitor no throughout. Ye nim IP address a obi a auto e won the phone so bia AUC. And the system was monitored. Okay. And all the teams were monitoring the system. Okay. We have people outside Ghana no also monitor the system for us. Until we can assure Obia say the system was never hacked.
Okay.
The system time almost notice say 12:59 or more can. Now about to more than 2,000 votes cry.
Okay.
Enti Sergio Mami Musa Bibio. Enipa 9,604 and eligible. Some betuaba. Not only 3,782 now too. So we be so we ma enipa 6,000 who amount to ye. And one na be we go. Because the akano a door so say amount to ye no. But the system was strict to say enipa specifically na omoto abano. E hwa na ejina omoto abano.
Wow. Dr. Naro bebem die better ye beba voter turnout in nasifo ni nyina no be boy ho ne ade. But we be o chere say okay, say 80% in the bedem, not less than 80%. Right from early voting now, 80% na ne dem musa. Did I say planting? And I'm be how do you answer that?
On the election will be our strategy. On say wa ye kobobo na wa outdoor park and so prepare park na mo koboy no. Uji na chira hu nioma bibiri. Babo no won ka hu mbobi. Timi aba na man to be. They'll say me a registered member.
Okay.
Because me jinechira mehwe. Na election will be our strategy. Na ade ba kwa realize say the other party no omo ye smart kakra. Do mean so omo nkofo ne to ntem. It's early morning. Before 6 o'clock no. Now people are ready omo try so beto.
Okay.
But the system was blocked. Okay. Till 6 no ye be now 14 seconds and be to first one.
Wow.
14 seconds and be to first one.
Okay.
Just say omo ye ready. Enti omo tonus and because I didn't hear live no. You see there's a psychological thing so. We na ya to man say we na win nti ene. Obi owa or your supporter. Oni or your floating as a floating voter. On shede ni wati obi asem but onye decided yet. One of better man we na win dia. Better man. So that was one psychological impact. And as a doctor I understand that.
Okay.
Enti omo e project say ibinya 80%. Ti enko for entungum. So realize say almost started so omo to no. Omo na about 81 80 81 80 na atiaba kakra sa.
Okay. Wow. The hona ni jina sa me di koko wie.
Because say e vote percentage na ye di adwuma. Enti wo hwe screen there me dem ma na obon say percent enye say ejina 81% flat point that so.
Okay.
You get it. Enti e hono because say vote na ye percentage ni say unya 50 vote to crampa and change percentage ne kese.
Okay.
Because obi enko for 2,000 amano.
Okay.
And I enko for 200 and 200 amao. Say unya 50 vote to crampa percentage ne be change bi akobe 1.
Okay.
Percentage change bi 0.5. Enti wo adwene mu ne de ade na gira 80 hosa na enko. And looking at the number of people na enyanto ye no. You can amass your people to vote if they have not voted.
Okay.
Because more than half of the people have not voted yet.
Your name is Philip Jima and AD and Komo Fabu census and a FINRA system. Yadi eto aba Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporters in chairman. So system here all can say West Africa and West Africa. The currency or team be able to say process here faso eto about 2 fee or down paso now to abasa I don't know was it bikra NCDA. Na enra homo ye ma what describe no as a huge success. I na sem kitu akra. Doc bram kakra na fi yam tutu na no kakra so far what chense mu pa.
Yeah, I think a lot of questions have been answered. The idea back when chairman Obin Secretary IT guy no bisa and say or say at a specific time, for example in a given hour, a given minute, a given second. For example, it be at 12:30, 22 seconds. Now vote by 12. Ni na ko candidate back. Almost to say BBU. And no chim saying, how is that possible?
What say Obia onim we kura de nya IT asem. Ye nyina na ye to aba from all over the world. yeti say nipa 1,000 to aba na enipa 12 ato at the same time eye den na eye nwanwa
okay
enipa thousands na to aba o na enipa 12 ana nipa 10 ana nipa 4 ato aba no at the same time adenti na eye nwanwa because it can be say even a bit menya nipa 200 kra a omoto at the same time enti time stamps na ebia obo so bi de ebia 12 and van say ebia 12 49 48 12 49 48 12 49 47 12 49 46 because e nipa dodo na eto na yenkosa online na eto na also obi tu wi a ansa na obi akwa akoto enti no de obi a onim technology mu and also even normal person be like OT no obi say no this thing is something that can easily happen
nti sa concerns team obin search be raise wa o ma raise am na matimi a kire mu
yes concern na omo raise e kire ye o say time no na omo say timestamps na na can say ebidie na 12:59 no na just omo next pages and some mahu bidie no that was their main concern omo raise kire e ma ye kire mu omo hwe but they still said the enyoma ekone de they think say enyoma nya credible until they will do a press conference and as a contestant there you've invested your resources into where and if you think at a point you want to back off no dear you have the right to do so.
So if I understand the process well, you were just providing the technical Timo Mubibia Modema the election committee.
Yes.
And the election committee it declared.
Yes.
And the election committee are happy with me.
Completely happy. Enra declaration Nana Pinkra himself was there. The election committee Nana Tromo Akwesi was there. And the other election committee members. Kotoko management they were all there. All the management members were there. And they were completely happy with the process. And even there were professors from KNUST, other places, they were all there, and they were all very happy.
Obemo calling on you, say, because of ABCD. Inti osusu say neman ko yemu hot process no. I don't know if they called you on that.
When they called me, I told them say, "Eya kasante kotoko."
Like on friend no mu catch them say mu hoodi.
There be one person hoodi. Or say because of enyoma na wa catch them na machire mo no. Omwati but omodwe say enyoma bi still enkoso ye emma omo. Enti no obeye press conference say enya ade a election no obeto asubio.
Also who crowd to say we identify anomalies be. Is that true?
It was not true.
Oh, okay.
Emphatically it was not true. The omobusa ni say omehu say time no at 12:59 omo to no omo de no emba ye na meka say me amehu enti ya ititim ni kire omo e ma me e describe chom kwankwa me so ambehu omo a omo de no to no mo hweye no e wo ho mo download the Excel file no obi a watu bia at that time obi a de wum e na nye Solomon Vosuware nkwa ne ato ama no even Poka say mama for ntuma nibio no people are still voting for him. Results are down. The last 2 votes people voted for him.
Okay, I buy
and I system need that a USSD website and app into be class okay me to USSD say yeah ma mintimin to
okay
website wo app wo obetimidiato
okay
into that one day
wow. Okay yeah to anko twetwe no so mre no eno so bebre yene Dr. Jima na AD enkomo ene anopei na obin setre oti program so 1 or 2 questions we need say
because as you speak me tell my exhaustive main questions
okay do you about Dr. Mabusa say o say na a huge success but sila no na nima bi o ma e bia next time no person may say corrections na can hit say na gabaka yes bear na ke bia person be perfect next time.
The perfection is big enough and Kotokoso.
Okay.
So even Kotoko be allow say yema contestants no inya a dashboard or mehu all the votes coming in ebegyina kotoko so. Because on say oma enioma ye transparency too much people take advantage of it. Yeah, into no be the club's decision. But ye be ya na that true transparency no. Because the otifie ni hu ya. They wo kan ono woto ye ba kwa ba beka ho. There was an issue on oka say ebia double voting any ade. Obia Fabu census account no, it is attached to Okotoko number and your phone number. And the supporters say take crowd attest to the fact say auto USSD so. Na oba website so beto beka so ato wi.
Okay. Achi ye bi wa ha. Okay. Or the kind the code no. Owie na nan kope so use fabucensus.com. Ubi ani aka che say if already voted.
Okay. Exactly.
Me to me there wa ha. Me ya instantly and a fire. Inti minima there. Okay. Na yenhwe voter turnout.
Sergio voter turnout. On say yene kotoko din
9604 or so. Na a little over 3000 at two about.
Voter turn I think say next time now say club normal publicity no and a doso and also a first time yeah enti obi wan nti ase no kra no na on tin yoma see yeah videos are explaining said ye to aba no yeah a lot of artworks ba bonten any ade I think say next time maybe a publicity no any nchiremu no and abeko and say so enipa beti ase said ye no next time ye gidi say amanfo bibre edomo be ebedwem minim say club no adin hihye ye bi gu akwan mu a omo boost Fabu census publicity no into with that no we will have a lot of supporters omo joining the Fabu census na ometimi meet especially the criteria no because osha enipa bibre a register ometu omu dues but out of that no about 13,000 people are on register no. I be to 1 man dues, 2 man dues near then. Only 9,604. And I know me 6 months dues are on qualified. Some beto abano. And I know say club nation share no dey go akwa to boost Fabu census. So remember more supporters are joining. Na turnout so aye more.
Oh, okay. But now when you're impressed with turnout, now when you say at least when you be half, more than half.
Turnout today, on say edumani say ya ache no. Inim say turnout no. Ya unya no
register.
Yes.
A dozen bebre. What's the figure? Make a Fabu census no. Omo register no omo registrations ni nyina 27,000. 27,000.
Yes.
Okay.
27,000 registrations no. E nyina. Omo a ometua dues no. Okay. 13,184. Ometuabi.
Okay.
But only 9,604 pay. And I just 6 months complete dues.
Okay. All right.
General, the voter turnout is extremely low.
Low, yeah.
Yes. Because you are talking about 9,604 as eligible voters. And 3,782. It gives you 39.4%. 39.4%.
Yeah.
Not just say omo ewo kwanya so omo to aba no. Emu fampo anto.
Yeah.
Na obisa hu say yekopo obi a oba bedi asante kotoko akitafo nyina ani tim kakrake.
So
na nipa omo to ye no dodo nyina da. Less than 4,000. Less than 4,000 voter turnout no ewo form ye. But baby amene Dr. Jima ebe ya adwen ni say breeding kan.
Yeah.
And uhwe mu pa and no more breeding ma Ghana teams even Kotoko no. E fine omunye IT compliant. Like fun o catch them say we require start here na adwen so don't you. Bebre o start here na adwen say we dey abeg for some don't to me nyafe no kwa kobo www.fabucensus.com and now kobo we have followed prompt no into bones onye a good number of supporters of Kotoko enye omu a who educating ko be ready so timpu no here where I agree is it's the first time in lapses be a bibem in terms of publicity, in terms of education as a kosrono. I think we'll have to embrace ourselves and improve it the turnout is down. Club or CBA, it do maybe a Kotoko supporters is 6 million, saying 8 million. Na yenya 4,000 more man to aba.
Yeah.
Edi akuyi national chairman.
But how they compare the night before say we bana. We a vast improvement.
This is transparent.
Yeah.
It is open.
Yeah.
And
okay, almost no to 2 hours at time. Na sa system me every time money pa 3,000 out to there.
Yeah.
Na
yakoya nim.
Pa.
Ni yakona be for so. We have to encourage it.
Yes.
And make it better.
Sure.
You know, I'm looking at the complaints.
Room. Oh,
sure.
but Obin such a line also.
Oh, okay.
Na mama hear the email Obin and so the brain and sana ya to also the Amamo Kessben television. Kessben 3.3 92.9 Accra na fe one monitor program no live on DSTV 364 Go TV 121. Chairman Obin Sechere. Good morning.
Good morning, Sergio.
It is I. O voice no from pa o.
Oh, just voice the one you say. From
dada. Okay. Enra press conference eba so din sema hodo pi eto edwa ana onya happy about. Eyen sema course so ewo abato no mu no. Kofa by now wa happy mu no a system no do hihye ne ade nyina no Dr. Ajimatek or studio ha. Minim so won sem ba kwa na mienu eka kire na.
You say you medawati na machia wati for. So you enna the gabonti de normal na you ni say enkoye ebetuga. Upon reflection, you know who say I have to accept it in that faith. You can say, arguing on issues, you see SCAU. And until say, you, the mechanism issues are going on, the developer cat also. Na medigi amano na medigi so ama management or hosting na ya move forward and pay many asolo afrem na kasa yama asunje improve whichever decision they are make taking no the end effect asante kotoko. And they say, "Call Africa, yenya asumbre na yenya push club no forward." And India who ye and come on me Jimate ye before some about na no yaman mtahwa na yemu club going forward. And they say, "Let's say, whatever I call to be an my accept in good faith." There was a mayor, the Fahon, I didn't say I was a mutual. What is I was a medium, the more masotino, then I make a more maswati. Na in I ask some a club or something for the quality said do. Like I say, now they release the crab to congratulate on phone the Minister Laka, and I'm present about officially to congratulate him. Na madam supporters in Nase. So the SCBA infantry na you move ahead.
Okay. In the earlier the other by say only a result no entum ni nsema hodo pi no. Ne the opesa wo ye ne ade nyina no watwe nyina sense say wagye atum our congratulate chairman Solo na fi wo problems a wo nyina no wo de betum krata so akoma mpanifo. The opesa wo kana no.
That's exactly that, yeah.
Wagye atum dia na ejese problems is like that who na who died nyina manaka and I say still what problems with it.
Sani amaka say normal you hu ye nyina no me IT for no abetna say na yatro e dia komaji market and then management na ye kuye nimu no ye hu kwan be fa so a future elections we are no who can in the faso send a public discussion and so Gimatex no yen boy put up this system up to this time and into the challenges the way they are system you have it and so challenges no was you can address it na jumadia omudi dia support asante kotoko no etimi aguro at least the use me fabu sense of ya jitum se enfantwa abano ya jitum on the basis a discover break club no and yes started now on monthly contribution no na almost 45,000 per month to say the elections no na encouraging for to register. They say we are getting on monthly no. They say nipa be sika realize about 101 last check no. Internet say they come more than 100,000 as you tini akwaswa edogwo team no on monthly basis say ebenyeska. Intini kwa say ya kasa bebre na system na yenyan put no app no amount for let's move ahead. Okay.
Okay. The system no crowd was had no crowd to say in future elections the emphasis system here. Name challenges ka krabia na ewo hu you know. Improve our next elections. No was had ya but one results not to what congratulate a year chairman solo ewo hu dada.
Yeah. That is it.
Yeah, that's it. Yes, we classroom. Go see the why. Okay, chairman Obin Secre, and you know the Encomono.
General.
Yes.
This is the highest level of maturity.
Yeah.
And my respect for Obin has gone up again. You see, battle the Okwa in the heat of the battle, no, we raise concerns and all that.
Yeah.
But also upon reflection. Interesting, and no pay. My last lecture, that is the topic I treated in teaching to a reflection. Like which tenacity, not what drink coach. No, what she said, near mana ye no, near kika ye no. Dear hin ye, dear hin is sin to buy, not dear hin a ye koye nimno, ebeboy. He made a very important point there, and I know the rule of being played.
Yeah.
In ensuring say Fabu Senso so be Juma. Omune Dr. Philip Chimamu.
Yeah.
This Jimatech, any Fabu Senso, meaning say a boa kotokoba Fabu Senso sasama the brand Jimatech I big.
Yeah.
And at a point in time I was getting scared say the reputation and the integrity of Jimatech no. So man hwe de kotokoba but we best say openino not there now we're building in to make it look like a dishonest system. But Obin say upon reflection, manaka. It doesn't mean so any problem, and I agree. And he's doing a very nice thing. Say, near ususu say ye de kahu ebe ye no. Obetro no de man paying for say a corner me ko ye no. E sinto a mi hu ye wo yen nyina ye system ni. Inti dachi yenye ni se ni yenye ni se ni yesusu se ye ni sa ebeboa de ode beba no sempen for tenase no mgitum ne bi ye na aboa again kotoko supporters nyina e kotoko no eno ase na mi nyampanfo bi no mdidi nkom I drove around na make say kebetma en se be panyin ka chem say no pre but don person omunya kotoko chairman ansa no makwa Africa. Because they want to get the Kotoko chairman before they go to Africa. As the chairman said, the processes leading to the election of Kotoko chairman, and Nikwan say, yeah, dear, ebema emwa supporters in ebema Kotoko Brumbeko Africa no ebeba for. If the position Obin has taken now is the best thing, and I'm happy Onunya Suluakasa, they are very close.
Okay.
General, it is very good. Me sure say. Yeah.
Okay. Na doc emre makwan ma yemura Fabu senses no bebre. Ye be pemre na ese di nkomo mo.
Sure.
Oba be register me hu biom. In the essence, come to train, it was a regular pa. Didn't take move brave, and so a banajmana. Was a cover tones and you market to a crowd, you market sepa, but so far so good. What handle no perfectly? Why are dear papa? Oh yes, Jima take my idea pa. Come off us more handle a fabu senses no. Na election year course soon na me friend is saying the na me woma mubiano. I'm say a triple, quadruple yes. The month was so pa. Na inim say enrube afise I be din come off of fabu sense one. Na ekone nim papa bit ma be bo Kumasi Asante Kotoko club no na fi kwaya ma fa so amoto abase no enye Kotoko nko abi say other clubs and institutions be brebe sua side way no mo afa so de ato aba ye da se pa. It's good you are talking to
also help the clubs no because we realize they say technology no outside no mu use so they lift the game no and boy institutions and every club will be even Samatta Square no more baby into every club will be na or person ye boy no any institution be and we are willing to help na me fa konya we so ada menua obi nsekyerase ya fabu senso si wono so abre ho pa enti said ye wage nneoma atum no bibia obia no ye behwe na yetimi improve systems no kotoko na eboa no na at the end of the day no aye better for the club.
Okay, it's good you talking to the handlers of Fabu census and the voting of the supporters chairman. However, I think it would have been great if you had interviewed the doctor prior to the elections, which would have helped the voters to understand the processes better, different voting options and how to vote. Okay, Dr. Moses Agawina, senior lecturer at the Montfort University, Leicester, UK, and also the way Bre ye. You better come more on Fabu census, and then some who do be break later. Me person wodi do di betwa to kra no ama atifo na hwefo na ya san a transibio see dem sa simbia ni obiom obi se tira ati ase na o se ni man ketin bi on be trans na fe wo mo tra bremo na mo trans na ma iron out problems na de ni na no dem sa simbia ni obiom nti ye be dance ni mama on the last you know na unu nua na ba on kasa phone so I want phone to throughout at least
so Johnson obebem no e say ye da monso mo ase ye Kessben na ye da Ghana media nyina ase mo na maso Fabu census mo ama obi a etimi etene kakakra koso ye be sire kotoko supporters nyina ase Fabu census no ye kotoko japade kese ye nyina ye nsom na emboa na even other people outside Ghana kra insua because first of its kind that you use even across Africa anyway ina omanfo nsunsua ehun se ade papa akotoko enya no ebetimi aboa Africa nyina.
Okay, all right, boss na unu ye hwan
Mr. Charles Ohimin, business development manager of Gimatech.
Oh, okay. Wow. This is the guy saying come with DB power. By the phone so throughout. Me more the chat work right penny can say read but the DB chat work right.
Yeah, that Kotoko supporters nyina say no omoma adwumade ne ye kama. Afei so no vote easy. Ohwe Fabu census and no the election ya vote easy. Vote easy no be na event organizers use and no be na wo ye program be na person wo ye competition one say award program be abet me use enti ye catch event organizers nyina say see the vote easy and one obi use enti person wo ye program be say event organizer and say reality show be a mbet me
business development officer platform we own use use platform no
bibia ye kama
that's it pa e be invite him obi that's it pa Charles and Mr. Philip Dima of Gimatech no mo edi enkomo no. All right, Kessben television, Kessben 93.3, Kessben 92.9 Accra. Fe ye ba mo questions no eso na ya bo modin eyi ya no krankra enso de mamo Awal Muhammad Babe transe na okay, mami ni nkomo kakra mi wi a na fi pem sign nkomo kakra sana eba be yi questions na no de mamo na it say
na mi adom seju bibia
ko ko sipa no so ko no aba say ni bra bre
enye easy seju
pem sign seju ni nkomo
Well, so do yema ahefo ne atifo ni na kwaba. And from the Pimson Company Limited. I say akwakofa edru Siemens Vita Herbal Mixture and the capsules are. Ye bonem ranesa againo. And nay, you know, baby, you are pomade home kakra. Na bibia so etimi akwa kama and so the amount. O share uTV so your number no eguso. Obe fat no wash as your friend. And I'm say ye drew ni de bia ye buy ye catch you say in 15 preko pesa okwa kote drew no. Nemum ote nkoma ye no wo bono na hu ni say nioma ye keka no ebeboa wo na okwa kote drew ni bi. Na oto drew no so in 50 preko pen no na sa keke. Ye wo condition bia na say yare bia ne sede ye be ma dosage ene de ye de be kan ho. Nti oto a na wa frɛ number no TV no so number no wa utie radio no 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 and I was 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 Pimson Company Limited numbers are yedi edi juma na se jo de bia ye ba ye catch you say drone ye juma wuntini no mpe and afi wo mojanim and ne ya me ne wo ka say weather no because of said the weather na e chilled and I say emo say enyu ntino ama ahotutuo sasabro for air pa wa wutie ya honam tutu wa wutie ya de sasabro rheumatism and I say wo de ne ye dompemu e how bia no ye kanfo again Siemens Vita Herbal Mixture and then the capsules and the amount when I no pay and I know we say modern say on sabeka bi okọ be eton aduro bi ade also pa again ni nsuo ne to pie de toni mienu na friend numbers e wa aduro no ho no and a number wa TV see no na the doctors ni nkom be kire okwan be fa so abenom no ebretia wa bim onnom pemu ahwehwew honam a ye wo ya ne sane o mani ni na be free wa akọ and am say aduro we say no ye di dubna du tan hamba no den ene ade ye say aduro we na nnuane nu ebua eyi eyawo pains e de free ni pedua ni so ahya gan mu ma nti obia ni ho obenom agan Siemens Vita Herbal Mixture ni nompemu ye ne ya anase owa hotutuo anase ni nompemu hwe na ebeto akoso awe ne da bi enam se aduro yi ekutanua ni no bi te se endorphins no eye nsu a eboa eyi pains anase yawo e de free ni pedua ni nti enne ya woda yi aye no fon kakra yi ohunam ye wo ya onompemu chichon onompemu wo eye wo ya mamode se wonsa beka Siemens Vita Herbal Mixture and then the capsules and no near dry no a bit me is a to and honam yano at your few or aqua amount. After all the anaka with cheap Bremoka Sena Bruni say spinal cord in the ya, but more than on Sabeka Droni be say sponinosis and also on Saka Droni be a bit me is your money now and so at your few arthritis. One name tuno en hu hye nye yeri kotodwe no me pa cha mamoden se won sabeka again Siemens Vita Herbal Mixture ne capsule innuane no awu adronum no e na eboa eyiyi eyawo a ofamu ni na e de afi no mpanim akọ ama won so ohu atimi atowo nti mamoden se on sabeka bi afi so utie mem wo de na kwakwa esisi yare me pa cha osisi yare de onnom agan wan bottle wie e sanse no de nchi ato eto ho obia ni ho ani sisi ye ne ya wanom agan wan bottle awie o se misisi na enko ye enye no kre so onum agan wan bottle na osisi no nko na say eye metaphysical na say enya honamani asem and am say adro we say no and now the level of efficacy in the potency no etimi yi sisi yare free within 3-4 days pepepe na o sisi yare na ekọ nti no one bottle no kwa wie esan say nuane nu a ano de eyi pains eyi amaman eyi srade a ewo usisi ni mu no eyi ni na free ho no ye de ahye aduro ni moment no onum aduro na britia wa bi mo na unya wa yaresa na ekwan ya obefa so abenum aduro na nya wa yaresa ne setie me obeto nsuo de no atoto paye de no enam say oba Pimson Company Limited a yes ye no ye de aduro ene no maduro ye topaye no ye na duro a eye nsuo e de aka ho nti wo de no ene enom topaye no onfa nsuo wo fie ena wo de benom ye topaye no ye de aduro aka ho eka aduro no ho de ama ho nti onnom ni mienu a eno na eboa ma ayi yawo asaw yare entempa bomoden se onsa beka aduro ni bi se ye sisi yade pa obi wo ho otie me de bia utia na ma me na ho te se mi sisi yade no na bekumi o me pa cho minim se sisi yade no wabo ho ka wo de akọ hospital o ma ye scan ne lab ne kese wa ye bia and so still enko kwoto agan one bottle water ne tom capsules no so one eno so baako ne nom na hema me ubo usa sema me ken wa kasa baba baby dia dance and am say omo mu dia dance ni misisi ya me ya omo nom one bottle wie na omo sisi yare no ekọ edro we agya basobode say the best waist pain drug of the year. If you back 2022 OJ, 2023 OJ, last year 2024 OJ, this year so ye rese ye besaje. And I'm saying no, ya ma adroni potency ni efficacy no kra akosromo ahoden a adroni desire no. Ene no ekosro kra se kane no. Nti utie na de na koye wusisi aloke wato ho. Ebia o sorry agise obi so mu ansa wa sorry. Anase bia o tena se agise obi so mu ansa wa tena se a. Kopa adroni bi. Me pa cho mo ye adwumaden brefo tamra gang for no ye nyaka say yenko tam kiosk na mudi amerika yenko tam we yenko tu form yenye we na mudi amerika mezi for fita form ye adwuma mezi mo peja heavy metals no me pa cho mo nkonko pa aduro ni bi afi obi a otie ya me pa cho oye baby ti say mason wa mo ye fita form mo ye drivers mo ye mates adwumaden brefo bi a wo ye radio presenter, TV presenters, corporate institutions are otana se channel. Me pacho usisi ebeyo ya. Kono koto Siemens Vital Herbal Mix channel and capsules nibi. And when you draw be sisi ya no edi afi ho. Bia make us say, once utie me. O de na akwa sciatic nerves no ene mo twetwon broni beka se sciatica se o de na ye sciatica nko ade a edro ne ye ba kope Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture and am se edro we say the nitric oxide ewom medical catcher say edro no nuani no bebrebe ene ya ka bom ene ye de ye edro we say nitric oxide ewom no ni dwumadi a edi ni se eyi intini na eyi inti ontini na mu asisi plaques na mu abeba ontini no eno na nitric oxide na wa edro no kwako bie ntininim na afia mamoja na timi afro na akona ba na afia untininim ajo na ahonso atimi ato nti obia ne de no akwako ye sciatica no momare se onsa beka Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules emreti awabim ebeyi sciatica na fi ho mamensa fa number no ento wanim biem ne frɛ esanse ebia na otika bim usi ebia na okra o to ade e wo ba bi ne wate enka je number ne biem number no 0244 718 557 0244 718 557 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 mama sisu bi ma 0241 604 702 numbers for numbers ni sisi a na ba modern say only doctors ni bedi nkomo afi utie me wo ye bema me pacho modern ma won pem no aba form na nsen ama ebuo I respect I man say so ate be ma bi wo ho amasa wa ye mre otimi po aduma be 6 pm and am so wa ye mre ntibos no setem kwanten sa otete ono mo kro no but ono ani fie wasi no okokra no osuro and am say okoyi no and am say okoyi no obey dem paso agro be sia no na ebe kwa kofa nsem bebira be dia nim gu ase be bente ne obetena be bia but tactics antes no wa ye mathematics sa but the fact is be ma wa ye mre e so konya gan enem 2025 sa gan wo ho a me pa cho ye tactics antes na mathematics and tetete na emo be 12 am ansa ya kofia kwa akoda but modern say on sabeka adro ni bi aha sei no ene e ka kire say wo ye be ma na wo frɛ ye na so ye mra wo kire say doctor me ma ye mra e bia boy erectile dysfunction e bia me media no eye sexual weakness sei ni ya kire kwa abefa so ye be ma wo nnuama bi dia ka adro no ho a wo no ma metia wa bim wa hoden no ebesa ba ama bibia nso atimi ay comment be ma bia wutie ay awde ne sexual weakness premature ejaculation erectile dysfunction wo low libido be ma bi wo ne yiri wo fi asejo aso ni nua ba because oni atenka biem she nkoso one ne yire da ho ase ni nua ba onte hwe be ma bia watenka te ko wo low libido no but mo dey say on sabeka gan ni bi afa wo ba na wo hwe ye ana wo so be ma wo yire ono so na tenka ateko low libido oni atenka de bia I'm not in the mood but mo dey say on sabeka agan ni bi be ma de enka utimi wura wie a enka se nka oba no feeling nso be wura wie no oba na bisa se wa wie che se oni atenka but mo dey unya mixture ne capsules ni bi mu na mo nto na afa abusuan mu nam no beboa ama bibia ye kama obabu ono so ne menses na ma dysmenorrhea na se amenorrhea ne nyina no onsa ehia agan ne bi unyanya agan ne bi beboa ama bibia nso atimi akokama ewa wade ni ama bibia nso atimi ay kama obuwa ne de ne ekoko okọ private na moja wo mre batatatata uye bema bosumi bia oyire nya ne menses o de bia unya menses esanse de bia be kọ private bia na moja wo ma kokoto aduro ne bi to mixture na to capsules Siemens Vital Herbal Mixture ene ne capsules ne ba mmɔden afrɛ koko anaasɛ sɛ nso de na akɔ erectile prolapse a broni bɛka no kɔkɔbo a kɔtɔ aduro no bi tɔ mixture to capsules frɛ numbers ɛwɔ aduro no ho no ne nkyerɛ kwan bɛfa so abɛnom na bɛboa ama bibia nso atumi akɔkam baabi abɛnya aduro no bi atɔnie wowɔ Kumase a mepatɔ PFA pharmacy ɛhɔ ɛyɛ headquarters wokɔ hɔ a dodoɔ bi a wopɛ bia no wɔn nsa bɛka Colina Herbal nso ɛwɔ Ashtown Freddie Mens ɛwɔ KO afei obenya bi wɔ rock pillar enso ɛwɔ KO kɔ hɔ a ɛhɔ na wɔn nsa bɛka bi mo nkran mo nkɔ Repass Ventures Hallo Herbal Tinatet ɛhɔ na nsa bɛka bi nkɔkɔfoɔ ɛyɛ anti akobam ɛna Hillside Pharmacy enso nsa bɛka bi wɔ hɔ mepatɔ takwa ɛyɛ wɔ asa bibiduro fie mankasim ɛyɛ Jeff Herbal Cape Coast ɛyɛ Pena Herbal okɔ ha wɔn nsa bɛka enu ni bi order low ɛwɔ Tikobo number 1 ɛhɔ nso kɔ ha wɔn nsa bɛka bi na bibia nso ɛtimi ayɛ kama Elder enso ɛwɔ Putuoja Elder CK enso wɔ Putuoja hɔ na kɔ ha wɔn nsa bɛka duro ni bi number no for the last time 0244 718 557 and 0241 604 702 Sergio Pem sign easy
ka ho na kope bi eto na bebo ye papa na fe numbers na ode ato edwa no mamunyai frɛ mumfra numbers no na oni omo eni enkomo na mbeboa mo ye papa Pim sign. Good afternoon to you and your panelists. To be frank, I'm a phobian, but I congratulate Kumase Asante Kotoko for the exercise they took yesterday. I envy the process used for the voting and wish my darling club Hatofok will put the phobia for life, which was started before the Fabu census, in a proper shape, so we can adopt a similar model for our NCC operations as well. Thumbs up, G-Tech, Alhaji Sita, Udwe Efi Breman, New York, and Abreye and Anopei. All right, Mekwa Mohammed Wanafi questions no Yabomodi na yi yano kankra ede congratulations to Chairman Solo. We the people of Kwaso are so proud of him. Kindly ask Obin Secretary, how can an uneducated person hack an election system? Isn't he a bad loser? Okay, Pius Udwe Free Kwaso Bar, Ghana Bar Kwaso and Abreye. Awa
Sergio
Mami Shawe.
Yeah, Sergio Obi beside say ohe call up of Utwadu the matcha yene Mali any the matcha yene Chad eba beboni wo players bianca ye susu senka nenka was for me Sergio Brandon Thomas Asante was the player for me. If I were Utwadu, I will consider calling him into the squad because Yehuni exploits during the recent Unity Cup tournament. Yekobo those two games against Trinidad and Tobago and of course the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And Sergio ye share championship. I see 3 games were bonina. Sergio wama 2 goals and I think say it's been good for the team Coventry City Modern Mobile. So for me, if I were Coach Otwadu, only the player may consider Nanka Medina squad. Sergio derby seasons of Ghanaian clubs are Ewa Africa. No more into the group stage. Sergio, over the last 2 decades, Sergio, only few you can talk of. Yes, we had one in 2012 when Brecum Chelsea, after winning the Ghana Premier League as 2011 champions, entered into that CAF Champions League. Eliminated LISCR from Liberia, eliminated Raja Casablanca from Morocco, eliminated Cotton Sport de Garoua from Cameroon, and entered into the group stage. And now Omone Ali, TP Mazembe, and of course Zamalek. So Brecum Chelsea within the last 2 decades, Omo one of the sides are Omo first African and a debut competition. Omo into the group stage. Of course, Yenya the last 2 in the 2 seasons are a baso, which was Dreams FC Omo maiden competition, Ewo CAF Confederations Cup. Omo eliminating FC Calon, eliminating Milo FC from Guinea, and of course going into the group stage. And of course Mediama Champions League. Sergio Africa their debut in 2014 after winning 2013 FA Cup. But Oka Champions League now Sergio na debut in the Champions League 2 seasons ago with coach Ivan Saduti. They went into the competition beating Horoya, beating Nigerian champions Remo Stars, and of course going into the group stage. And now Omone, the likes of Ali, and of course CR Belouizdad, and Young Africans, all the group stages. Sergio, say Cecil Jones Atukwefio, Wakochi Black Stars da, but say AFCON tournament there, Sergio, on Black Stars and AFCON tournament da. The AFCON na Mekaya Wako Eyene Oni Benin Eko that was 2004 Ewo Tunisia, and he became the first coach to qualify the Beninois national team to their first AFCON tournament Ekosu Ewo Tunisia 2004. Sergio, last 5 Black Stars captains, including the current one, Jordan Ayew, Obe County Stephen Appiah, John Mensah, Obeka Asamoah, Andre Dede Ayew, and of course Jordan Ayew. Over list of AFCONs Omakwa, Sergio, the one with the most Dede Ayew. Osha Sieko in 2008 Ewo Ghana. The only one I want missing out was 2013 Ewo South Africa. When ya AFCONs emuye duduopa 8 AFCON appearance. Of course, Jordan Ayew so also the debut AFCON was 2012 Ewo Gabon, Guinea Equatorial. And also all the counting numbers now, the only one I want missing out was 2013. And of course, Asamoah first AFCON was 2008 when we hosted the competition at home soil. And also from 2008, 2010, 12, 13, 15, 17, and of course, NODB 19. John Mensah also, the first AFCON was 2002 at Mali when coach Fred Osam Jodo the late Eddie Ekoye. He missed out on 2004, and of course 2006 he was back. 2008, 2010 when Timianko owing to injury, and of course in 2012 he was back. So Sergio, the other person also captain Stephen Appiah. Sergio, Stephen Appiah know all the least numbers in terms of AFCON appearance. Sergio, we AFCON 2000 could go Dosena I didn't buy, and of course 2006 Egypt. Sergio, that stands as the only 2 AFCON appearances Stephen Appiah. Okay. Apart from these 2 AFCONs, so cut the last 5 countries. I don't know the least numbers when it comes to AFCON appearance at the tournament. Sergio, besides said this list of players, last World Cup Roberto Baggio was 1998 in France, and of course Michel Platini was 1986 in Mexico, and of course Obeka Romario. And also the last World Cup was 1994 in USA, and last one was Paolo Maldini. And also the last World Cup was 2002 in Japan, Korea. So these were the last World Cup appearances of these various players. Okay.
All right. Awal Mohammed, no. All right. Enti yemra so na questions no na ye to aso de amamo. And the came. Yeah. Yemra amam for questions no de buy na. I don't know. Be bracing by on UEFA Champions League format for Nabano. I don't know. So you tell me enough. Be a feeling we join program and we are. Na bomodias are church no so bi. Nti no yen ko so for our questions na buy.
Okay. Major foreign because there wasn't much local foreign now kind of currency. My man started. Obi say you know you were talking about Javi Simon, and I think it's first year address here. I don't think Semesan could be unyansan, but medical today. What me a my man started with a combined level with Barcelona versus a Paris Saint-Germain will be Ebusai. You know, me combined 11 in Gigi Donnarumma in post. Me ball Hakimi on the right, Nuno Mendes on the left, William Pacho, Marcus Marquinhos Correa. Me back 5 including the goalkeeper. A midfield of Frankie Dion, Pedri, and then Vitina. Me midfield in any. Now my ball Rafinha, Lami Yamal, and then Dembele in a 4-3-3 setup. And I me airborne. Obi say Abrante FN Femi Lopez. The current situation that to say. And I could say Newcastle United for say Chelsea at the 17 almost 100 million ebeko. That was the room one was system. And my medical beka say and no champagne for Cidade Esportivo 1 Gampa. Oh no mkudi inkomo na jeno inkomo eba ni chima Barcelona pesa omkipu boy no. Inti encreba sisi ankra chira against Real Vallecano a weekend game ebe Barcelona coach Efene Hansi Flick ebe starting. The guy want to be part of the Spain team for the next World Cup. Inti open more games, more minutes 46 minutes no abo so far league na start here and clear ba no echemu a per the training sessions no Real Vallecano game no coach Efene Hansi Flick so obetimi a start na ama bibia ko ye no che say Newcastle United move no it might not come on. I don't see why Newcastle United should follow this player. They don't need him. Inti me hu di ntia on person muko tu esika kese ekofa. Odi ano every where obi say replace Chelsea replacement for Xavi Simons. You know, me hu di ntia was Chelsea again. You know they don't need to replace him. They have enough. Say Chelsea options in attack no how you know mumfantu team no so no bia nhwe bi. My reason why I'm saying that they don't need this Chelsea options. No, this is not the Tottenham Hotspur question. So when you're ready, let me address the Tottenham Hotspur later, and then now all the Chelsea they are not too. Tottenham Hotspur, they know obi busa say, omu team no team here that TV so omu you ready omu beti me a compete ewo the league na ye boya na and no question you know obi at the buy na clearly o Tottenham team no on your screen who say team na no shit. Hey team omo ready say omo be fighting omo fight ye pa and omo first 2 games against Burnley against Manchester City so clear say omo ready to compete clearly on your screen who goalkeeper Vicario in post na o share right back of Pedro Porro o share Odogi on the left Mickey van der Ven o share Christian Romero na o share a midfield of Sa na o share Rodrigo Benteke Xavi Simon as number 10 na Onya Johnson Kudus Mohammed na Onya Richarlison wanimu on the bench were a lot of options too Jao Palina ewo James Maddison beba Dijan Kulusevski ebeba or Jess Spence or England squad or the buy crisis na Jess Spence a part of the English squad or Dominic Solanke ewo bench you have a very good team or def ewo bia okaso bia nshim bia beshim 6 points in their last 2 games or mabo in the Premier League no said you this is the Tottenham Hotspur team Thomas Frank Eddie Rum so person ko trebaka obetimi asan Christian Romero Mickey van der Ven or the Kevin Dan so besa ba beka ho no pushi the full backs no into wing backs na midfield one why narrow obetimi the other players and so about the support midfield no waiting on say Bissouma Krans and Conti Tottenham Hotspur team no you know they only need to be consistent and hoping say a probably be Emma team no I think they have a good team and teams should be ready for them. You know, minim say Chelsea they are ready and ready a maminko Sergio Chelsea they nini the entire me say they don't need to replace Xavi Simons nani on your screen so offer Xavi Simons obema 2 roles ewo team BM obebem roles or the bema oni obetimi ama number 10 obetimi ama a left winger the friend number 11 na you know say he players here on the TV suya so offer Neto can play as number 11 he can play as number 7 obema 2 options so offer Garnacho can play as number 11 he can play as number 7 but open a best position at number 11 so offer Kopama can play as number 10 he can play as number 7 inti enonso no offer Jimmy Gaitens here useful on the left number 11 so offer Estevao can play as number 7 he can play as number 10 he can play as number 11 so offer João Pedro betimi abon number 7 number 10 number 11 number 9 Chelsea last game Momo boy against West Ham United in the absence of Kopama João Pedro and the ball the role of Kopama as a second striker auxiliary striker to Abranti Feno Dilap it is all person Kopama ni ho now person will maintain Estevao on the wings a player general obetimi abo behind the striker the amount obviously is going to be João Pedro if you decide to go in for 4-4-2 João Pedro obetimi abo inti at the position of Xavi Simons if you want to use him as number 11 you have Garnacho you have Pedro Neto you have Gaitens if you want to use him as number 7 you have Kopama you have Estevao if you want to use him as number 10 you have Kopama you have Estevao you have João Pedro it is and Krana does woman team too much. Meaning why Chelsea always pushing for the young guys. But say Tottenham was spare. Mean who the entire also must have with this say Mokwako replace it. These guys on your screen can fill in the gap, and the 2 games are Mabono. Apart from getting so new opportunity in the first game now, one team Amono. All these guys are on any day or me are filling in the void. So I don't see why Chelsea should waste money in the transfer market. So Mokwako far could build the Ababe replace it.
Eso mko for Lopez?
No.
Omo hiano.
Dabi. Okay. Me Gina, mo hiya center back ni goalkeeper o. E ho na also mo mani ko. Na Maresca no Conference League ni FIFA Club World Cup na okoji ye ni say no can asem na heading. But the reality is that shemo competitors ni teams na omo hyehyɛ no. Chelsea were young talented players kama, but you need experience as well. From last game, James Ibabo, who the difference between him and other players. She guys don't more experience with him. She Moise Caicedo, she Enzo Fernandez. Omujina game no more. Harry James, who the difference between these guys and other players. Intermediate, Semi Maresca and Semi Lawrence Stewart and Paul Westernlia. I will not push for a Femi Lopez 70 million euros. I'd rather go in for a centre back or probably a goalkeeper. Obetimi a goalkeeper no damn competition or probably being the main goalkeeper. Because cannot go Donnarumma, then I'll go in for Donnarumma instead of me pushing for a player. And I think the Chelsea squad for me is okay. You know, be say Manchester United going forward in the progression here there. Progression in an say and penny for Asia more than Man U will game against Burnley. They know the uncle the almost son so. Players are happy with his approach. Players are happy with his tactics, and almost person are more flexible. In my opinion, Monfort United team into team is no be you know. Squad we no ano. We need problem be the academy so we put you on 4-2-3-1 say you. Goalkeeper the almost perfect fry almost perfect because say you ubetimi a chicken papa bi o wiase bia. So goalkeeper na chem frama to say the United goalkeepers na frama na omo chena enku sewe. Until they should look for a new goalkeeper. Apart from that, say Joe, almost team who problem be home. Unless Luke Shaw is replacing Dogo on the left. Many other minister Franco say oh anything.
Come or future or team with him.
Do you know? Yes. When you are switching when you are taking your tactics, he should start for Manchester United. Of course, so Pelon. Ronaldo team ni free Omon Rao. Emma Oko so Pelon. Omon Famano.
Yeah, he requested for a loan move. Yeah. No more I agree. Okay. You see, I did a similar lineup. Say United team should revert to a 4-back. Only business be keeping Bruno in deep midfield. He's your major source of goal from the past few seasons. Until the Niba Beshe 8 oh how. I agree with Andy say it's either Luke Shaw or Dogu. Luke Shaw or former for experience and everything. Luke Shaw is better when it comes to the final ball. Dogu be kone nima kwe in the final ball a issue. So this should be a proper United team. Then Andy, I think you still need a backup for Casemiro. You can't be sure say Casemiro the bebo na ma throughout.
So
Ugarte Andy. We say crowd was some more.
No, but you see, tactically.
Also, we see an actually say Pana Yepe Beleba no, and we here. But I think United still needs somebody in the midfield.
No problem.
And the goalkeeper.
Okay, no problem. But with the squad available, Sevanko Obo we are Casemiro Ejuma Sobeti. If you have Kobe Menu, Fernandez behind him, the Ejuma Sobeti.
Fernandez
yes, and Kobe Manu on a good day will tight the knot between Bruno and Casemiro. So there wouldn't be so much pressure. And this team, Omube pushing in Buombo wide, Matthias Kuna wide. And over team exchange between Kunha and Bruno Fernandes. It was our left zone.
Anytime. Or Dalu as a backup, or Luke Shaw as a backup, or Maguire, Lisandro Martinez, and then as backup.
It's general.
Heaven as our.
And when you know,
they are going to talk to him about the formation I was taking to know. Players in this way too rigid. And for me, it's a matter of and Omapama you, Mourinho.
Omapam only gonna
associate because 29 games we are winning 15. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has won 15 league games. Out of 29, he's been sacked from Besiktas. Meanwhile, this guy has won just 7 in 29 games.
You are still entertaining
He's
him.
still at posts. I think the guy has to go.
You know,
How?
a pump with him said the Franco initiated champion.
No, more in there.
Okay.
No, yeah.
All right.
Because again, and a fallback now you can mobile baby am you without.
But train also bonso na mo de share next match the am waiting.
Okay.
You know I'm say 30 na and say obe say a weekend game was antena na o hye bibia na ofri adan kwa me ho na ja.
Neba na ya ba beto aso ma me nko Dr. Amuzu o kakra me ba. Na fi ya hwe others no enso de akam ho. Dr. Amuzu.
Akwaba ba Amuzu Herbal Clinic. Na megita mi Amuzu P Herbal Mixture. Eye dura bi efuaji atuma ebua honam yawo. So obi say doctor meti yawo me bema no mu. Idun so a meti yawo na se idun so a me bre. Ana se me bema no me pepe. De wuhia eya Amuzu P Herbal Mixture. Doc, many me reach yen ho sanemi ana yawo pa na mete. Se we na wo te se bema de dura mekanfo ama wo no. Eya Amuzu P Herbal Mixture. Obi said dog me hu se me jonso a ana jonso ne nyefe ana pam no wo shepa iri jonso na echi dog me jonso ase na bia kam mo sa se ma ya se me ya be ma wo sa haw no me kanfo Amuzu P mu nya beko di oti ya oni ntohwe no mo di ani ntohwe na ho no sankofo nyina no me kanfo Amuzu P e ma nwate obi said doctor me jonso ana emo apai we nam sen obi said doc me jonso ani nsuo kwatotro efremu ba ena obi said doctor me ko jana so se me chemu a obo sa ka frɛ na nsuo man efreba no ba de awuhia eya Amuzu P Herbal Mixture oba so a otie mi a obuni se wi a echire no pampan ko na eka ko na eba me kanfo Amuzu P e ma wate oba so ode po how quite how nsuo basa egu wase ne pa yie pampan ya no wo shepa o wase oba jonso oti yawe wadro eya Amuzu P Herbal Mixture oba ebu nkeka ye na che mamno kasika fie o na himfie bia na abie ni kuru na no ekọ ho a pampan ya ohu no nya panketwa amasabi ni confidence no kwa na ekọ form oba bi otie mi a otimi bu ni nsa in bleeding obo sa within 2 months do bu ni nsa mprenu onya nkeka ya na ya o saa pa Amuzu P nu masa nyina ejai wako twa scan yeso wo PID unu kunu hia ni nsuo nyina sem na sen na chi aba enam keka na akogina upiodi nu nti onya Amuzu P nu mu a sa ha ni nyina be komo ho ato sen roi ukọ pharmacy ukọ drugstore herbal shop obenye bi etu no anya bi ato wokumasi akodani herbal misi herbal apidank omo mbrom sa nso na icof ni Colinac omo Ashtown Accra wonko kanshi Dragley ubisa na Nabuachi Kingswalk Tinates Repash and Hallows ebi etu nro makon anase duduo pirano ukọ no so pa Amuzu P a obenye bi ato se o pese no semise bi a peti bi so fa na manefre for further and better direction Amuzu P Herbal Mixture maudi hio chalo beda hefu ase.
Yo, yeah, mamu akwa babium ade aba Midfield Action Friday edition. Andy,
yeah.
Is akaba ba kwa na mienu na menko doko na menje.
Aka for ne back to ko ba na ya loka.
Okay, na fi ya befi.
Obi say na Jude Bellingham ba Real Madrid team obebo he. You know na Real Madrid team we there. Oba ya adagula be ko ba bia master to anu boy no. Na number 10 ho aba be fa bone bo because omo mo gina ho no be no the class of Jude. Chomeni Baba Jude Bellingham within the short time Oba married in two in the Oba you know. Oba no ye fit ya only competitor be obviously se coach ni decide to keep Master Antoine on the right. Ada Gule jina Hana Jude Bellingham jina the gap between those two players a huge. Until Jude Bappe Gule will move to the right. The system will change probably to a narrow diamond formation and Jude will occupy the midfield alongside Gule, Freddy Barbade and then Olien Chomene for Vini or Rodrigo Jude Bellingham to occupy the attack. It is a Josana situation.
Okay.
Why they no BBC say Alexander Isak ba.
Yes, mama no.
Yenye a front
or say front train.
Yeah.
Isak eba. I see the system say bitimi a change. So I see more of a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1. Beside that, the coach can also play Florent Vase from the left, or Isak bitimi a started from the left. Ekitike nso bitimi a started from the left because Ekitike at PAJ now operating from wide area. Before call Frankfurt on the ball no any Mamouche two guys or more top. Inti default plan ebetimi Ekitike on the left, Isak leading the attack in a 4-3-3 with Mo Salah on the right. No one now.
Ushumpa casualties no. Per the current team no. Kese Kodikaku or Ekitike. But it looks like Gakpo is also playing very well now.
Yes.
And dropping him could be another thing.
Yeah.
And Ekitike no so buy on so afa.
Yes.
It any one not tweaking the deeper. Vets is about the most expensive player in the history of British football.
On the Obeba copy
so difficult to drop.
Yes.
It will be another Gakpo.
Obviously he will be sacrificed. All right.
I don't understand why football is considered a profession, but the handlers do not organize professional workshops for the players, but only training on the field. Because teachers, like other professionals, do so on their personal development, time management, finance, and so on. But such things are lacking in Ghanaian clubs. Also, what are the duties of a players manager on the players' development? Otoberima Edway Ifri UK crew and so Abreye and no pay. Maminko okay Damparo Samuel Udway Ifri Kwaso and Abreye. Is there any good thing the small clubs can emulate from Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko, since they claim to be the pace setters of Ghana football? Secondly, it's prayer mandatory in association football. Prayer, is it mandatory in association football? Because I've never seen a football match being played without the two teams saying a word of prayer. If it is, who introduced it? Okay, Damparo Samuel, if you kwaso and Abekainsa and Anopay. You share other local stories questions I'm the buyer, but Maminko Dr. Hona Minshare on also foreign. Our person Yanuka can I find that can in local stories.
Yeah, Jeno Bisame about the future of Armour in Man United. I think that we signed the wrong coach. And if you ask me, we have to say United take a decision to find a replacement. That is my position on that. Then on the obviously who wins the Champions League, Ian predicted, is it not too early? It's too early.
Maybe between the near film. So the start EPL, but I'm going to first five by.
Yeah, first five. Champions League, who is likely to win?
Yes.
Teams no Abu Bobe 2-3 matches league na nkasa kura do munyan start here. General, but on the strength of where they are coming from. The usual suspects will be there. May the PSG Abeka elites no. Real Madrid team no mean huni. I think the team is still in transition, both technically and then the playing body. In today's one season, mean rating Real Madrid as one of the prime likely to win the league. You know, mean for Madrid the I'm seeing an improved Barcelona team that will compete well. Bayern Munich and so front three no mashisheni omutim no mayeno, and looking at their pedigree is something. Arsenal Abeba bedrew I think semi-final or so. Into general and some Canadian leave baby a Chelsea free bano, you can rule them out. For me, Nipanem fans spare me. I can't give you who will win now. It will be purely not based on any proper analysis. Semima will be an Loto should be able to me to be amane Diana Philly. So, in person, I call that target. Obisi Thomas Type Party is supposed to go to court on the 2nd, and Obodiama Ghana on the 4th against Chad in T Obeyeni Day. I think there will still be a way out, especially when Party Ajia Tumse or Beba. It's either say it's possible the lawyers bit Marcusina name a Westminster Magistrate Court in UK. it should also be possible say obetumi akọ hearing no hear hearing now at this stage case in Ndru baby he can just go early in the morning bra na pa waba bedu na the next day akobo but I think say it's more likely say one court na nkasa betumi ne lawyers nkasa kra betumi akọ requesting for postponement of the hearing date looking at game na that nenim no. So these are the options, but I am sure say whatever it is, Partey will be available to play for Ghana on the 4th against Chad. Obi bisa say so alpha player obetima share number 1 JC ana unse mpempi number 1 JC no acquire the reserve of the goalkeeper into free number 2 copim 11 no unse obi a share 1 JC but o hwe football ne mra ne ma the laws of the game mra bia ni ho a esi player bi kwan send the position to mention number 1 inti say team be decided na player be decided say ono na ebo 9 ba open number 1 JC a referee bi ana say a situation no intimi nsini kwan obetima share number 1 JC no de akobo in the same way a goalkeeper can wear number 9 JC he can wear the number 10 JC and wear the number 11 JC and honsem eno no no be bisa so say Yamano, the best foreign goalkeeper to have played in the Ghanaian league. What the man say? 2 names na honestly are never my team. Abdoulaye Sulama and working in Bombay. Abdoulaye Sulama from Burkina Faso and they working in Bombay from Togo. And looking at the achievement in Bombay and as good, you know. Sulama did well with Kotoko. Both Kotoko and Hazard Omunyina no mukoko Africa, but I think say I'll go for Wake Numbombe. For longevity you give to Sulama, but for overall performance I will go in for Wake Numbombe as the best goalkeeper, foreign goalkeeper ever to have played in the Ghana League. Obisu ebisai about Milo games, any interco, any the contribution to our game, no sane mano. Maminyewe osiso Gaka for a catchre clubs and say omube yusu head to head in case there is a tie to break the tie no. Anyimbia omo catchre clubs no say match ye draw ombebo penalties na penalties ne beka omudi break head to head no one. The Minister Gaka met the clubs. All the clubs had their reps there. They met about 3 times and discussed the rules and everything. And the Omuchiri Musa say game near draw. Yeah, the penalties and the best split 2 teams, you know. And the penalties in the bar, the winner gets 2 points, and then the one who lose the game, a penalty shootout, no, a binyan 1 point. What that means, and say mobile draw ni we are. The penalty beshono. As a Chinese say, Nipano had a better advantage over you. In the case of BBN Gold Stars and Ice Gold, that is what they used and say BBN Gold Stars any has hook Asia, you know. Gold Stars in your 2 points, Emma has in your 1 point. As a Chinese say, in terms of head to head, BBN Gold Stars had a better head to head over House of Hook. And once they got 2 points and has got 1 point, I'm sure they it's presupposed to say indeed head to head, you know, Gold Stars were the better one over House of Hook. There was another one, or see GFA, so GFA 4. At the end of GFA 4, I allow Legon cities. Amo makoto sorry, 11 Wonders. Edi team na babe Legon cities. Ebro munim se mpanyimfo a no mu run Legon cities no omuntimi ntua players ka ne omanya kwan omamu mu kwan se omunkoto team a friend 11 Wonders emfa me Legon cities no omfo mu Premier League. First of all, question no some of the facts no and exact. 11 Wonders as we speak is still 11 Wonders. Obian change dino emfa nkoye Legon cities. Legon cities as we speak is still Legon cities. But then Legon cities na ye wa all stars. Enom kotoye every wa edeba nkran ebe ye ni Legon cities. na esan se eye Ghana Premier League na eye national enti no baby a team no epe and obo no home within Ghana. So na allowed say omode Wow Stars me bank kan be bon one cry. But the moment a team no be call relegation no say okọ zone a free mu eba be PMO Premier League no okobo zone ho. So now Legon cities have to revert to zone 1. Nisenti Legon cities no omuntimi mfa omuntra nkran bi me bro mu ye division 1. As we speak, I'm told Legon cities will be in Techiman. Okay. Now my home match is with Techiman. And the new leadership by still Legon cities.
Okay.
Because as we speak, my league fixtures in every year. But in future, they can take steps to change the names. So mopa, ombetima take steps not changing the name Legon cities. As we speak, it's not being changed. Adi ako din omope.
Okay.
But what am I saying?
Okay.
In fact, it looks absurd. And then and Tasumuye said Timothy Techima Bonia Edi and Crabrono Legon and Atuso. But as we speak, the name has not been changed. It is possible in future they will change the name to a different name. It is also possible that in future, Team ne friend Techima 11 Wonders. I nay Aquaco Omato Akonya new owners no. They may also change it. I'm told that no person they call is it OT region or Volta region. But park no and yeah they say Clive licensing board for Ama that park no license. So the team will stay in Accra and play in Legon Stadium Monum. So as you speak, that is the situation. As when I say GF Ama paying for Nakotono, first of all, Mraben and now they chre. Nedin kind of say Legon Cities was not even banned for non-payment of players' salaries and all that. Emra football no mudi adwuma ne say player bi utim de oka 2 months no ntua utimi ba efi emma ube terminate o contract na efi ni yire club no mani tua usika nyina de ma emma o say to me ko. Those players did not utilize that opportunity na on ebia na Legon Cities from paying for it mini o mo kasai ebi so eko terminate o mo contract a o mo koye. So on what law and a GFB gina so say omo bi kwan po mane nkoto team fufuro. Inti the law doesn't ban any person from buying it. And I'm not even too sure say ebia the owners of Legon Cities ne be as a company bin or the same company or the same owner name in a bimpo de akwakoto 11 Wonders. So okay. It's difficult to trend on that grounds.
But say team no at the same 11 Wonders.
11 Wonders. As I speak, 11 Wonders has new owners.
Okay.
In fact,
the buyer no more denies and no cre yes. Nina no entisa no omoton.
After the Congress, you see, Nana Meyaw and a nephew a tree. We saw the team named Mubashi.
Yeah.
Mubashi is a former supporters chairman of 11 Wonders.
Okay.
And last year, no more Division 1. No. Oni Nana Meyaw kwaye nkrata say onu na ebe run team no.
Okay.
Enti omoye nkrata na ebibere no. Odi team ni qualify we no. And onu susu say nsa full. Enti esese wo ton team no. Pe nkrata omoye no. Nana Meyaw adane 85% of the club e de amano.
Oh, okay.
And in
Mubashi.
In football, if somebody has 85% or majority share, he takes decisions.
Yeah.
Or take decisions. So he took the decision to sell. Ideally, as a ne papa no kasa because 15% grana
at least.
The ode kwa no sika ode je tekua ode je 100 cedis ni 15% 15 cedis ode kwa 200 cedis and the 15% be a 30 cedis. Until he was supposed to be in the know. Sankita no and any can cause. But I think say Legon Cities from paying for no motor 11 Wonders no. Omo boama case in the survey.
Okay.
To the extent that now omo kra no so no omo ntumi rane Legon Cities no one cry. And then probably they are not ready to move to zone A.
Okay.
Inti mo watachima e qualify ho ntene munyi team no watachima ho. Na mo rane. So the issue has been solved and now there is no controversy whatsoever.
Okay.
I have personally spoken to Nana Meyaw
Okay.
Yes. Until that one is the situation. Until so who has some, I don't know.
Right.
You know, I'm saying my exhausted. Obi, I'm saying question where they say the emphasis needs to be. Was looking at the controversies surrounding Asante Kotoko circle selection? No.
Yeah.
You be suggested. Saba no mon tono fufuru bi mana. Na em say sebe efiechi ni abofru.
Yeah.
Obi search Benjamin. Na udi yaw. Ana wo hawo no. Oso agya bibia mama naka.
Yeah.
Ne nsɛm a osusu sɛ be improve system no obɛku nkyerɛ gu nkrataa so no de ama mpanyimfoɔ na daakye ɔmo de adi dwuma ɔno oni osu fosuware aka bom ɔmo bɛbɔ Asante Kotoko na Africa ne league no ɔmatumi abɔ abɔ ne yie.
Okay.
So for me sɛ bia saa nkyerɛ mu ba ntɛm bia na nipa korɔ koraa no ko amfa question wei anyɛ dɛn ama general.
Okay. Yɛnhwɛ na yɛntoa so ɛmfa ɛmamo questions bebree nso ɛwɔ hɔ yɛbɛ select bi na yɛtumi ɛyɛ anommerɛ no kwa ɛna economy no ɛna yɛbɛpagya yɛmu. So you're looking at the performance of Kumasi Asante Kotoko team, can we say the team isn't performing too well now and can never compete for the league title, or we should give them time? Nasay anyway free Nasay ventures Dunko no fin anyway a brain. Apino also apeja way de a brain. Apino say, what is the essence of this UEFA Champions League fixtures, or the brain behind the new fixtures? What are the advantages and disadvantages of this UEFA Champions League fixtures this year? Apino and Amayensa and so I can't wait. Solomon, the way for say, please, I want to know from your panelists the most successful Ghanaian players who have played in each of the 5 top European leagues. Those who are Akawaha and Anope and no. Wait, I say, please check for me. Has Richard Kingsley has he won number 10 jersey before? Okay, those who Ebusa, I don't know. Mamin called the torso. I say, can Hearts of Oak, Joe? Can we say Hearts of Oak have improved so much so they have a good team to win the Ghana Premier League? Crusader, Anna, is it Crystal Ventures? Anna, okay, Adum, the most of the Abraya, I don't know. So Andy said Gold Stars is gradually taking over the Ghanaian Premier League. Can he throw more light on that? Wato, also the Abraya in Siciano and Yama Echa Eguno. All right, Mami Shewi and Sujo Otuado. Can Otuado win? Or say, Sergio Otuado won his last 2 games for the Black Stars. Is Andy and Dr. Frankenaro saying, are they now okay with him? Can we say the FA is right or was right in keeping him? Oura Kwame, Toronto, Canada. They also the Abraham and the area. I don't know. Please, what advice will your panel give to Chairman Solo after his victory yesterday? Abizo City message. I'm also the Abraham. I don't know. Meko na makofa Dr. Dawood and Krato Kakra Abasisia. Dr. Dawood.
And we are not for your friend Dr. Dawood. Mena Dawood Heba Hospital ano. Na enna meso enna ne Dawood ointment. Dawood 360 capsules wodwa manso a enne obi adi hu adanse. Na du wei edutwem. Dawood ointment. Dawood ointment o se fetwi na ebeko. Ofa Dawood 360 capsules o se sisi na ade wom. Na drum mienu wei e adwuma bom. Obi a osisi ye o yapa. De obeye ne se o de Dawood ointment no etwitwe osisi na anopa ene anwumre a. Nansa bia no na odi bia bo asawa obetimi de atua. Udware wi a fa Dawood ointment. O de te ne fa sra. Ta bre kro na no na wonom Dawood 360 capsules no anopa ene anwumre. Na danse ye na ba amane o de enko na enko ti adanse ni bi.
Dawood ointment. Edrowe me straighten and well done. The toda me po djuma na me honam nyina me hu bibi enyi. Ba se minya sa Dawood ointment we na me twitwi a na no paso binya da wo 360 na me no mo a ese kwa le be ye adwuma kra se kane no te do we de edi masema ma na be di wo so asema ma
electrician na ye adwuma ekofia yentimi na Dawood ointment so ye adwuma na obra okoduru fia fa twitwi ade be che no na wo hwa den Dawood ointment fa twi keke na ebeko
dura me yusu mama hoden pa ma metumi gba adwuma bi e kama e ma me ye Dawood 360 capsules and a Dawood ointment o me we no na do we no so twitwi wa aposo e be ma ya oni nyina afiri o ma de che o tumi be gba adwuma Dawood ointment fa twi na ebeko
da bia amafo company da wo ka musa akọ spreader mi secret na nu ani ebudo na ani Dawood ointment ene papa mi sole anopa mi di twitwi mi sisi achi mi babia he mi ntebre secret ni nie ti so person at some ya we use Dawood ointment that's the secret of my taxi driving
me a transmission gearbox specialist ejuma mi ye en kan na mi pega ade a na me nsakura ntimi pega na asa me ma ade so na lock mi sisi say free some share Dawood 360 capsules and the Dawood ointment abo me bebre the dry you na so amente ya mente bla bia obia mo modern so betimi ape Dawood ointment and the Dawood 360 capsules enya bi ato
odofo se watibi adro ya me ka ho asem no eno ho adanse ene wono madi no ko pharmacy e ben wo herbal shop e ben wo ne koto Dawood ointment Dawood 360 capsules na se de enkrofo di ho adanse no wo so be di ho adanse wo pesa wo frɛ a eno na wo screen ase no 0244 886437 na 020 168 1717 baby a yeton adro wo man Ghana mu bia no wo de wura house wo pe Dawood ointment ene Dawood 360 capsules.
Okay. Yemrai na fe the tosumienu amade bae no so yenya ho adwuma nkra bi emfa mamo. Good afternoon to you all. Why is it that why is Barca playing away to all the English clubs in the UEFA Champions League fixtures? Because everyone on TSC. Yes, I didn't try. I yes, I say Barcelona. It will be drawn now if you want to TSC. But that cocoa bar no. I mean, yes, was a planting. Yeah, the cocoa bar, no. All right. Nti doc yanko ensankobium.
Okay. Also, can we say you betumi aka say Asante Kotoko team yi a omo aye omasa na omo ntumi compete ana say ebre ena omo hia na team no betima jele na compete well. My position has not changed. My position and say team Asante Kotoko players no ma form no. Udi omo to other players and what other clubs are. Kotoko won a fair share of talent. Ebikro omo de no was seeing teams in Bibri. What I see wrong with the Kotoko team, say, afufro no Bibri enti team na be yefufro. It looks like, and the concern again has been like every year a Kamea say team ni gunu ni yefufro enti. Every year there is a rebuilding. That is the problem. But in terms of individual qualities, I don't think Kotoko players are empaying for a form. No, Omu need the quality. At least so far Kotoko back four. Now far Omu even goalkeeper no a little bit of inconsistency. But look at their back four. You can see they have the experience, they are prime and they are ripe for Ghana Premier League. Samba O'Neill, Ablo, Ansu, and they Oma Esiedu. Why Ubehami Esiedu in your central defender. Osho back 6 central defenders are currently. Now even your fullbacks now, General, go to the midfield and go to the attack. Kakra Kwampu Kubeye Nanui. Now the Omo Makano, Abetamoa, the Oyen from Olympics and last season. Saka Dauda was captain of Bofuchesa individually. I think Kotoko has their fair share of talent. So I won't say players say Kotoko omunye good, omunye ade, into omun to me compete. But I think the team has been changed so much that a time is what is needed, and good coaching is also needed for the team to build, to gel together. The follow-up question will be, say, supporters no ebenya abotre atwen ama team na jelly. Na competitions na da o manim no. Will the competitions wait for them? Ana Africa no. The first 4 games and I say first 2 schedules no home and away parting. It is a team when you're ready, be you free. That is the problem. Other than that, for me, the players are not bad. They are good enough. All they need is proper coaching and time to gel. We are no free honoma or say okay, and them say Abubobo, so Apino say be about later. Champions League, draw no format no ban. What is the brain behind it, and what is the advantages, disadvantages? MC Edikaka that I say one. There will be more big matches at the league phase. First now the competition is bigger than it used to be. Clubs will play more matches, meaning more money. We Eddie free honoma. It be a disadvantage back be when say in football there and Kako be home and so on so about home. Now you'll be house we be. Or fans and also to me enjoy, but the home and away it's lacking there. That is the major thing I see it over there. Apart from that, I think that the new format, very soon people will get used to it, and it's more exciting than the previous one. Obiso say, the most successful Solone Debai, the most successful Ghanaian player, why are there the top 5 leagues, emu. I'm sure say a question may be here time, but anyway, you can't top 5 leagues now. You are talking about the English league, the Spanish league, the German league, the Italian league, and then the French league. Metias is here, a dear Bamanimuntem, Measure Michael Essien, because Michael Essien played well in the French league, first of all. All 3 French league in him. Now he's the most expensive player in the French league, from Lyon to England, Chelsea. He played very well for Chelsea and then Oba Real Madrid into ball top 5 leagues. Michael Essien played in 3 of them. Madrid there, then Shedanye Hubia, Mza Mourinho, and then Ebe Chemo Honum Kakrebi. Sami Kufuor played better part of the football, and now the best part of his football in the German Bundesliga, but he had a stint in the Italian league. In fact, Okofa Italy and Sanem Zoko Germany. Then later he came back to Italy again. So Sami Kufuor about 2 leagues in the Emu. Sule Muntari is another person, played well in the English league and then the Italian league. And the Sule Eco French league. I think Sule and Subo just the 5 leagues need the 2 and no boy. Stephen Appiah. Jomensa General, Adene Yakusi Michael Essien so. Okay. Semetiase so all fan say all but 5 leagues no abubo aboni ya, but say all for more career in Europe there it be a better than kakra, but in terms of playing in those leagues in there, then it looks like it's Michael Essien. Olele share number 10 JC. Mean to me confirm me just say inya brena ehwem kakra edema. Ye betumi aka say House of Oak team na improve. No more improve so well say betumi aka so mbeje league na. First of all, there is evidence of improvement for House of Oak in terms of play, in terms of results. After beating Heart of Lions back to back, playing a draw game against Viviani Gold Stars, the league winners, and beating Asante Kotoko by 2-0. The results is an indication of an improvement in terms of results. In terms of performance on the field of play, you also see it over there. Is it enough for us to say Haas and into Mbetimaji League? First of all, when Haas is not even playing well, league ne start here at the Amagana, na Nyimbiano, Yebetimaji no so aka say GFA Ompodo Isu Kurt was right in maintaining him and now can we say that Utuado is the right coach for Ghana Black Stars? Andy Kaim Kaka, what was the 2 games? The last 2 games?
Chad and Madagascar.
We beat Chad, and we beat Chad in Ghana.
Madagascar neutral grounds.
In Madagascar on a neutral grounds. General, the results were good, but it's not enough to convince me say coach be a good. Look, no disrespect to the technical team, but I'm thinking that Ghana players here want to see any coach to bench Kurana. SC to Michel Madagascar or Ghana. And you share Chad. Chad is the shipping boys, everybody is beating them. My dream cry me say nay, baby I be dream. And yes, I'm coming in ACAD. Yepompo Utuado is the man in charge now. And 2 games now against Chad or Chad home against Mali Wahano. I don't think this is the conversation. The conversation should be a day in Obi be able to my Ghana bit to my qualify for the World Cup. Wa umpu Utuado ekusi hine. And nemenye sure se obe bompa yeti ya Utuado. Se odwene Ghana football ne Ghana yebe pesi yeko World Cup nwa. The discussion should be what could be done, especially against Mali here. Yako honum ekobo odra na yeshe Mali.
Mali yako
show. So what it means is that whatever it takes, very important. Them say brain thinker. The last one was an advice to Solomon Fosuwa.
Yeah.
You know the full program. And Juma will hop pa.
I see.
The immediate advice. And he said Oba Bedako to supporters are not. Into during the electioneering campaign. So be theatre will be now so. Cause a chichi be course wa. A quay obefa so obeka santiko to kwebusu yana boom. And only the first thing. Quite bang obefa so wa. Uma no ni omo camp no. Obe yusu omo.
And I'm happy says being such a case only solo akasa.
Yes.
Okay. Me nim do friend in yonko.
Yeah.
Right? So being such a friend now Solomon
solo initial comment and say solo a friend.
Solo a friend.
Yes.
Okay. It is a very big step.
Yes.
And now solo take here.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And it was
the first thing is obeka umunyina boom no magia tum so mu ye abusua baako.
Yeah.
General Sebe akonwa de beto abusua mu a ye pre. Yes. Obi abe pre bi.
Sure.
E course ye pre no. Obi beti obi na so. E bra akopre akonwa na tena so. Ba onya tena so wi a eso oka kafra. E kire ni a otia ne na so no. Enti the immediate advice to Solo is to unify the family as Kotoko. Na oni ne chitaafo no eni kan kasa se kasa twitwie ani huro omuma ne na. Se ne chitaafo no enya kasa twitwie enya ihuo ene nsem ebi ombeka de agu omo ana omhu om se omu ni omo e camp no omo enya ye no a enkabo mu be yeden. We anu free ho a ebia onimobe mpanyimfo no mom da no ne mpanyimfo bia no mso o machi because no so na mpanyimfo bi o machi onhu omu no mo nkyere no kwan obefa so obeka abusu na bom omu ye united we are the tax ahead in there big and I think he deserves probably Saturday or a different day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this ban on Accra Heart to Folk will be
useless.
Will be a blessing in disguise. Well, it will help us keep our players a little while. Looking at how our teams suck and buy new players every year. So, what's your pundit opinion? Richmond, and anyway, a free Accra, and so
crave on that.
Oh, sir.
Crave on that question of the Bible. Has serious most glorious times. A transfer ban and they don't go down.
Okay.
Was it at the Cook Harmonia Day? There was an investigation. Indicted some Ghana for impending phobia. Into the band beto say Yama Ghana players into quite. No Eddie Muama and no nema has to make keep your players no for some time. I did more Eddie Kupium. Now this kind of transfer, what I'm yet to find out say player a free Marco. I think say transfer here means say has a ton player manako and no more to player they are bemuno or moon to me. But has player contract is a dear obey to me and do bit to my condom team for. But the bebo money say a sense when say to mean tofu fronti or more no be home. No more no the transfers a business and so no. They say business no go. Inti because they are in Ghana football, they are club officials are ɔpɛ space ɛde obi aba abɛhyɛ mu nti wo a wo team no mu koraa wonya kwan ɔbɛfa so a yɛbɛyi wo afiri mu no ɔbɛhwɛ ama afiri mu na space na bɛda hɔ na ɔde obi aba abɛhyɛ mu but I wonder if House of Oak would want to go the extent say the 3 transfer windows ni nyinaa yɛnyɛ transfer nti yɛma ban no gyina for you know it is possible by January because this transfer window there in fact has I signings no it doesn't affect them. It is possible by January or when you the ban is open.
Okay. All right, minko kwa Mickey Hona ensha bwa for no nsem kakra na fe andike local stories, local questions na mo de ba ni nyina no enso ode na dwenkyere afa ho abre ano enso e wo studio ha na otai Solomon ofusuware chi den I'm saying na koye de amano ye kwaba na ono so mo no kwa kakra na de nsem atodwa kwame
Hisense at the factory direct promo no at the aba. Na factory direct promo no HSE nyema na Hisense ton no. Uko free factory a omo aboa wo de ema wo. Sa aboa no wo de ba wo shopper na wo mama wo de sika ni bia to so na no abaye wo mfa so na afu otima ton e de ma yen consumers no. Eno nti se omo se ebo na ukoto nyema no from the factory sika wo de eje no ebo wo de je no sa bo na sa say omo ton e de ma ye consumers no enu nti we a double price drop wo ma te sum premium ene de ama already no omo ye promotion dada enom say sense so wo de ye factory direct promo no enso oba enne na eba na wie yo enu nti any branch bia of Hisense bora na ko enjoy factory direct promo ni bi nyama na ya tete so no ko na ko tobi television na pe biato ope washing machine rice cooker kettle iron nyema bia ope biato bia electronic appliances bia ope biato bia no Hisense de ene papa Hisense ewo Kumasi City Mall okwa benya nyama ni biato Hisense ewo Adum Hisense esanso ewo Tafo okwa obenya Hisense nyama papa ni biato na wonsoso wetimi akwa enjoy so se ene and a Jumedie no eba na wie Hisense everyday prices for everyday people and NCC edo MTN everywhere you go MTN say yeah the MTN free after one extra no ede aba MTN free after one extra ne che say ye be ma kwan mwetimi akasa dodo ewo o phone so abra first minute no ene bete wo airtime ne pe for instance o kasa 10 minutes o first minute no ye bete wo eye airtime ni sika 9 minutes na aka no nyadia obetua sika bia na se nyadia wo de airtime bia ebetua aka enunti ene efe no MTN free after one extra o enjoy bia ye be so ma 100 megabytes of data at the account no wetimi e dia browse enunti dial star 550 hash star 550 hash star 550 hash and any short code or dialia ubetima enjoy be and so DSTV so much more. DSTV your home of entertainment. Weekend the games I would do eba bekoso. Say the groups naba matches I would do bekoso UEFA Champions League no unya bebi enhwe. This is DSTV so and we tell DSTV for say in tentem we decoder na ya disconnecting no men how who so the decoder no ko any branch bia so okay reconnection of data and nemum adia ben say obetene fie na wa dial star 759 hash star 759 hash and any short code abedale no reconnect u decoder no abra umfa weni enkyere DSTV for office shene so ufie na wesie wie no obi hoba ufia enye dan no ne kakraka esiwo ena odidi temi se dan de efe nyema waye wo dan ne mu no eho ena manfo say yes a dan we de ne bo ewo soro enunti ena iconic star ventures womo de eye iconic design ene eye star quality no e de aba edwaso enhyehyɛ ni nie ye be ma design wardrobes ye be ma quality cabinets a obetimi AUC na 3D design wardrobe na eba yama no 3D design cabinet ye bebe yama no ye bebe fiom ni abɛhwɛ ofie no kitchen size say the city wardrobe no say the city ni design e the ma ye design the ma we na hwɛ na ɛyɛ ofa wo hwɛ na wo hu sɛ quality a na afia ba bɛyɛ e the ma we wonya bi o ba bi enti frɛ yɛn wo hotel na wesie wie no ofie na wesie wie no apartment na wesie wie no ba bi bia dan bi a wesie wie o pe cabinet o pe wardrobe say 3D designer ɛyɛ iconic star ventures and betimi ayem e the amount your number is 0544 604448 0544 604448 iconic star ventures yebema iconic design with star quality ejaba jewelry ejaba pempe the second street edum ejaba Einstein traffic light na se adibi edi gold aye bia pebiato a ejaba na okwa obenye biato ejaba se eye yellow gold 18 karat anasa white gold ena pebiato for oniche na so ye na yemboa na wonsa entimi enkebi ejaba ehye adwuma se gold business no since 1975 and say gold business no asenti o mu experience ye papa for ejaba wadum as town traffic light na se the number 0277 104488 0277 104488 Hebaso Company Limited and the Hebaso criminal at the Abedjaso Cope Hebaso criminal be and your weekend your weekend Bomade my girlfriend and ninja Bomade my wife ninja Abra we use Hebaso criminal be apply it to a penis no after 30 minutes no kwako use na fe wa huruya na fe wa kwako use enije no ebe wie payo e de amount bema ohubantem bema untimi satisfy oba bema oba ne ba won sanso mbabiom bema enije ni wie payo bomode kope Hebaso cream ni be na use and no need the only cream we use to ebetimi aboa any drugstore any chemical shop bia be ko bia benye biato hye so se Hebaso cream no ye wo de wo sahye mu e wo ho ene wo de e wo tu mu enso ba ne nyina no ebo adwuma kro Hebaso cream de e be ma nigye e wie peyo e de amount frɛ yɛn 0244 750 510 Patrick Natural Health for nicho Dr. Patrick aseye yare bia ha obia no Dr. Patrick ebetimi aboa wo ye bema nyemenkoye emfa ma for nicho Dr. Patrick aseye na omwo se wo ye bema opa wo ba opa wo ye bema wenyem pomogudiem yare bi obi akoko how UTI how syphilis stroke na Patrick Natural Health and wasoko ye murum ye number ni 0243 34 471 offer number we so ye bejo so say Franco Media Institute sukua aba training obi bia obese usia sports presentation sports commentary news gathering newscasting announce music announce DJing program hosting ye bechro amunyemunim diem announce photography announce videography production and a person usiam and man your problem say Franco Media Institute your studio kese o obetima your practicals no e wo ho enye so kwa theory nkwa na ekoche practicals so obetimi esua attachment to the only problem your regular classes or and your weekends classes e wo ho and so the man 2% your presenter papa dia say Franco Media Institute Bantama High Street no yani NHIS office no any din hwe animu your number is 0557 853 853 0557 853 853 offer number we so general ye beje wo so
okay kwame ene ye akuadu tuwa birthday
my sweetheart odamakuma so akuadu tuwa
birthday
happy birthday
yen wish you happy
birthday
God bless you
of course
na famfie bebre nka umfie ho na fans no so de nim so
opepa
so be fans
we odamakuma so the penasem
ai okay
penasem do
de agre yo husuye
why yo husuye na yakora papa mayen
yes na ko konko so na o why onyo kese
eduma no kweve eduke na
yeah all right happy birthday girl all right enjoy
your day
and the game
General. Okay, obi say Kodoko team no mo na de o masa na yebetimi aka say league no ntimi compete for the
Yeah.
season ana. You know we can see that. Ghana Premier League na ye bono. Me position on Kotoko signings ni nyina aye. Sejo. Number 6 me who say omu nyaye. I'm not saying they've not signed number 6, but within the rank. I think so will be setter. He can play as number 8. He can play as a left back. But they need someone to marshal the midfield. Obuhia obia obey city midfielder, or a strong, or a tall, or aggression, or what the dominant force in midfield are beating a dominating opponent in terms of the defensive attribute. I think that is the only area Laka. Oh, back Ghana for Africa, you know, you need more quality than the Kotoko Asambono if you want to extend the issue. But for the Ghana Premier League, dear, all the players or Matono compare their competitors, Kotoko team nenya bad. The SCA in a pre-season in SCA. The only problem is that they keep changing players after season. And only the only problem. Football club will be no moto 15, no more 10, 11, quine. None see or Matono, there be in your football, sir. Say you will see count two bottom fan your team, sir. That is the only problem. But for the players assembled, Modebebo Ghana Premier League, they said, the Akai coaching, any motivation. And again, another problem here, the attitude of the boys. And only I do also make it to be free. Saya bre, ya bomb matches dodo, sa attitude ne, omudina park, so any hunger, the willingness to die. Supporters, anomonenam radio station to radio station. No more catching crofos or mumrame support kotoko. Not you know our supporters in the Weba Stadium. No mama sal performance and sad drive fans away no and no dear. Nobody will tolerate that. Until no dear a coaching management, they need to set the boys down, let them know the task ahead, the demand of the fans, the expectation of the fans, and you know, omuni any excuse because it your moka obubuno some the momo omo accommodate you very well. Omuni problem bia anti attitude you know. Any I say won't fa said you and only idea also obi from but here the players assembled. Kakati omo de mo baby omo free ba any ahochire omo komansa na majo ne kotoko ne a lot of players in Chrome ha born omo nimbo bebre but omo nya the opportunity to play for kotoko said you they must show that hunger on the field of play and to say them kind coach Karim don't know the task ahead or a former kotoko player or coach kotoko da inti excuse. Nobody will accept any excuse. A win-win situation, big club with the a win-win situation. Inti said you ingredients no mo dia ba so mfanya nkwan no any ingredients a obeka say e wo fam. You must make sure the team deliver. Obi say house of folk almost ye beka so omo good team because of the top 4 no and unti omo beji league na. You know the reality is that time I able league near they be we no say has no performance they kosoro. I will not depend on top 4 no so going to say has Ombeba Beji Ghana Premier League no. I will still give Kodi Dramani time. Me jitum say in terms of the vibe, in terms of the intensity, in terms of the energy, our players na Z2 on the field of play akosoro. But say you still remember me whole time on the Heart of Folk team because I think in terms of quality no. In this room, coach, you know, didn't sato so especially in attack. On team no, and yes, until I'll still give them time and see how could you Dramani be in the team. No, for now, a Juma or in the top 4 no dear. Why dear me or meeting me expectation in the top 4. But you know, I mean to me for top 4 no one so make us say has a bad Beji Ghana Premier League. No, they still need few quality in addition to make sure they deliver. Obi say. Coach Otoado the end coach Sir Franco can be some you know Chad and Madagascar. Farmer you look at coaches will be a very nice match. Any match be a coach and the gas and Chad and Madagascar. Said you. I'm mad with you. Farmer you look at coaches on crane your Mudizi and the Chad mobile on crime. Your best show will be 10. Madagascar team now is the luckiest coach Ghana and was as with Coach Otoado. Your matches in the cry born said you yes your name crop match that was your cobon arena near born yes I born in neutral grounds win at the end respectfully 6 points out and why there but that is not to say automatically right Rigobert song with the Cameroon World Cup said you Okay, no uncle Inti qualify even alone, it's not enough to say that you are a good coach. Why are there? But in 2 games we there, any day boy says you say be chad, e mood that hot time. Inti we there, yemfa we make say and unti why you obi na bi da and I say empenifo take the right decision. No, Ghana deserve better. Obi say me see Gold Stars gradually overtake Ghana League football no. Na onti asia de krunti ameka sa. Sergio Gold Stars league na ye bona omo gina asoro ho chei. So hwe ye team ene omo pre wo soro ho chei ye pie Heart of Lions ne Kotoko. At a point it was between them and Kotoko. You wie no the last 2-3 games omo betimi age omo ntimi ni nations abete go over nations beje Heart of Lions for no hard no. You wie na Gold Stars age Ghana Premier League no. So Joey Gold Stars age Ghana Premier League ni wie no. They sack as many as more than 10 players. So the Gold Stars almost signed bro 10.
I see.
Gold Stars almost signed bro 10. Almost signed bro 10. I think they signed 12 players.
Okay.
But you bought top 4 no. Almost the J. Almost players and could make excuse to be as a brewo. Almost the J. Until winning the Ghana Premier League, you fan say a fluke. But say you the top 4 no must have been. Until you just say almost prepare be other clubs and share. It gradually almost take over. So imagine, says Joe, and they've been consistent. Because of a new coach.
Yeah.
And we say coach Karim did to the team new year. But Frempo Man's on the ball season in
yeah.
Coach Gigi Dramani is a new coach. Nations are maintaining coach. Heart of Lions are maintaining coach. And so Heart of Lions team now only their striker they out. Nations say you also be anti omonka. Omo quiet and so is your team no. Into omo maintaining coach. Heart of Lions are maintaining coach.
The dreams are so much training.
Yes. Gold Stars are maintaining coach. Kotoko ye new, House of Folk ye new. It's here and clearly in as much as a Gold Stars are sample players baby no. Say you so for omo team no omo ba. Omo ye new players almost start omo new 4. Omo new 4. It is still I'll be going to the likes of Bright, Atekumi, Gideon Anaba, Opon, Emmanuel Kobi. Omo Midfield ne nkwana nsesanya bem. Omo nsem with Francis Trene, Edward, Omo de Konto, Atekumi still lead the line. And Atekumi once again goes or the Ghana Premier League. No, Sana top 4 no Sana Kokomaye. It is a and this is a team they don't lack motivation in terms of finances. No. Until gradually no. So what you show team na money ako go start there no. Say omonso no omo ye bibia consistently they are competing. So it is the reason why I say gradually. Because yenka the last time I had to focus G League somebody top 4. Yeah. Yenka the last time I got to G League somebody top 4. But Boba G League as the top 4. Africa need the baby keka connect the football anything can happen. But I don't think say general what it takes to show that quality in Africa. Adding away Algeria adding. But say Joe in the Ghana Premier League gradually Gold Stars BBA. And the last time I was telling Franco say coach from 4 months, so he's a good coach. Because consistently he is performing. And clearly, inside the team, you saw who say watch on BBA or more. The new players on my Babeka team no. Who's a new guy to be a Babeka. And the Kotoko, House of Folk, Nations, and then Heart of Lions. If they have any team to beat now, they should look out for baby any Gold Stars. Because they do. South African omo attention will be in Africa. But someone to me they will still be back and be defending their Ghana Premier League. Okay. Inti meaning say league in Baba Shasi Benyan Tobo say to go deep into the Kotoko team, go deep into the House of Folk team, Nations, Heart of Lions as well. But say on paper, I don't think the Kotoko team is bad. Not at all. Say you any bad at all. At least top 4 year Kotoko echi no manya de ba kope. Shaibu. Right back.
Okay.
Super. Top 4 year ball matching and cleaning the ball on boy and then ready. But one positive for the Kotoko team they say Omona Shaibu. And Lord Amo should be careful. Because you know a guy need too much.
All right.
Guy need too much. Kotoko fans a boy funny no much in his car. I hope say no go run it him. Yeah. But obe make sure say the main competition is the Africa. The main competition is the Ghana Premier League. Until that boy, Genoa, he's been super.
So na nka omo plans ho kra o. No omo wani na no so kra no yi ne ho sa no. I understand is the least paid. Yes.
Says Genoa, was he part of the S5 guys? The audio by you, and also an AQ. What did you know? The problem of our big clubs is that they don't have a scouting team. Omunibi. Intiana Quacoy said, you know, crab your how. I know, crab your how. We more crab. They must employ scout. And the players no more top, no general, Ojinahano, Nimno.
No big team, I only scouting team. It's a hard drink.
You know, the problem of the your problem pie your way sports here, you say, dear, can ya muntie. Said, oh, advice to see a mama. And a big club like Kotoko, they don't have scout. Say, more employ scout on a home to pay the scout on a home and don't fast all such operations. So, fast scouting team now, the Nipa, what if any patre for be on away teams in Kwa. Na for be on a home team. No more report to the main boss. Omunya Kotoko team hit on paper your bosses in your way said you. They are looking for a number 9. Number 9 being a team now on Kotoko Epe. Because AB as you. Omo bet amwa edru sa hoden a otime any opponent na ebo ahoden. Omo kompoko otime pick area boss. Into of the two, we were ahoden. We otime pick area boss. Then we yakase yakobo against opponent omubo low blocker abetamo is quick no good positional sense obetimi room offer kwampoku a yebo against a team omubo high line or you fast so he can cut them on the break when you're 2 strikers then the next striker should be a player or you strong or be pick area balls until all the Kotoko fans will criticize Kwabnayaru but the next lineup but you here for the beba on and number 1 because suppliers or the man Bequen no you're happy but the coach is happy and at the end of the day Bequen will score. Into those are the profiles. And yes, is the you know yes Kotoko pen number 6. Kozito so per Salim. Management members to Yemfano. Look at the situation. Into Kotoko needs a scouting team. Mr. Faso so chair. Yenko Tres Camera revenue operations and Faso Bieniso. Build a better scouting team by the do. And now Kotoko has to focus so can almost
operations in this country for operations. Operations are never be
Ghana.
Yeah, na ya fan say operations here. Kohun referee name but there are a lot.
I agree, say yeah, can he?
That's a woman, a Jumano.
It's more like a human resource.
Yes.
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 It's more like
clubs and now fans of operations here. Ways and means in referees and blah blah blah. No, far from that.
Yes, a human resource. But you know, yeah, said you see running a club. No, we don't run our club professionally. Into operations, no fun. Juma Ben oye. On your human resource, no. On also yeah, the other bebo.
Do you know what ensures operations and I Juma operations directors no more. That's all.
And I agree.
Operations in Germany. And this are
no, operations is more like
all cousin for Sony. Now make sure say you can say about operations are Germana or yana. For so be
General Omo man yet.
Why not?
SS
33 baby.
General Omunti.
Me see, SS 33 baby.
No, I agree with you.
What man there say okay. Na educate more. Say omobefa the can be brave. And now say omo anim ombeye and I be support omo the right thing. What's the mechanism? But I can't so omunti in the SB guy can.
No, semi go so American. Yeah,
General be brave how be can. Omo be challenge you.
Yeah.
About praises now mo ye no mayi mtoto no mayi na ekoyi na wo kanfo omo na wo praise omo bo mo din na wo ye ide and omo do no mo fa but enkoyi na ko hit kakra ba omo tai omo pe asem
yeah
but san no man de oduma na afa to ho so no expect
no you know am kwa de so obi time dey say etwem o mabramo etwem so obi be ka je
dem hunu obi ka omo pe asem no mo kan
o ye de no bi mo
bi nim no mo kan say hunu ne blah 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 or they do the right
yes the team is not yes the team is not performing
sure said the whole can
yes
the right thing
the team is not performing why do you expect people to praise you
every year I be praise you
yes.
come up enkoyi so I be hit
Sergio
that's our job
general
yeah
omo drane Kotoko yi ana clubs of Ghana no obi a support team wa abrochire team be na top player 15 a season a pam 14 Now the following year, team bear in 2 seasons or top 35 players. When a running football kruma ye ni bottom sika, ni bottom, and whole year or bottom 15 players in one season, nobody would do that. Na football no o kwan e fa so ye no. Emrofo team na ye support no yes na omoye no. Team so oma yama na ko nanim wa asaso we su ye emrofo ne de ni frim enye sa na ye no. Enti se wo ye na wa anye ni obi abeka. Wo ye na results ba obi anka. Wo ye na results am obi abeka sa na tie. Nobody is here to praise sing anybody. We are here to do our job. Kotokokobo se yo. And now me the Man United ye no be example. Team be na nu su game we asda. But Shemiti Akoso after the Mourinho defeat to Gramsby. Shemiti Akoso. Because it is Man United. Yes. So just a Gramsby coach. And on Man United they drew penalty no coach in Penima. Nobody will discuss it. And yes story. But Man United coach a coach in Penima. A big story. Sit out of line so Mokobo tough way. So man to me, what is will be a question coach Bashu for? Or say how to focus in any news. Some more kind. I say no. Or say how to focus in any news. But kotoko coaching team ko kasa demand, expectation, level, class, sanity. Yeah. Into big team, a results. A win-win situation. It is the reason why when you were a coach, say amount 10,000 will team, how back to Kanom, they'll call 30,000, they'll call 40,000. It is the reason why some teams players are not paid. But the moment they move to Kotoko, they move them from 1,000 cities to 8,000. Demand. Expectations. Inti oba big team, the yen and near big, you know, and no more here. Inti results on there. It matters when it comes to playing for big clubs. Inti so your penny now the big club anymore. Man Kotoko more fair 3 league matches, no mulusu. So one lusu a juma meetings a because no yam crab show. Because there will be pressure from media.
Pressure and encouragement.
Do you know it is part of the job? Do you know it is part of the job?
Pressure.
It is part of the job.
Praises.
Ofa baby na fans nkwa na woje. Fans nkwa na woje. You know, it's football there. An emotional event. You cannot joke with the heart of people. Yeah, anomu will not troop from one radio station to the other. To convince fans on Mumra said, you know, Mobana, you know, who ha, Namebeye, Nkoye, Yamompaye, no. Make sure you deliver. The players have been provided. When you are a coach, you must make sure the results comes into reality. Or your management member, you must provide the necessary arrangement to make sure the player deliver. That is the most important thing. Okay. Oma results neba wasumajo kumase market beko economically, socially. Baby abeye din obonsa fe na wa you okay we enjoy peace. But results na amadia. Ye frɛ wa himfie na supporters chama ye frɛ na we for there will be pressure all over, especially a season as Africa. Inti January results no de emata pa.
Ne maso nkoye na se media no so e kan. No mo nya botra ma omo. Nkojine ba bi nka se omo tan.
You know, I time to cry there.
It is any we are having that for
say
hey Kotoko
obi time.
Ano all the team na chiache.
I be Jew.
Yes.
I the farm kwani epe.
Yeah.
I no create.
Now we na home run am fa dey aka ma we. Why?
No cry.
Now so kasa kakra. This is what dinkunim to no asivita.
Ya dinkunim mum.
Yeah. Ana
mum. Ye nya na dinkunim.
Who dinkunim mum ba bibi ho. Bibi ho. Ya dinkunim. Asem ho.
Asem dia sakwato.
But the news na me po asem ho dia me ko ba no aka.
Asem dia say oben dia wawe.
Efrim sa
na ye ne no aso na ekoba me ka be si asem so sabe me ne no contest bribi me poto obe ya Asante regional chairman no wonum jam ne na challenge me poto ebi na ato ono nso ni ba me ye no me ne me nkrofo nyina ye kabo mu ene na ye dwuma bepem ne enti no ani esi ye no ono anim abato de saa enye da bia na sabe o ma me be ya be nkwai ene akokọ nkwa mu wadi ya ma na yo ose
ase any solo kasa
Nayante bet nyame adom so aba won samra fidie so emeka we sa na wiase nyina enti me bona baso aya de na so aya sa de me bona baso pa wa ya de papa sa na go no tie omra ne nyina ye nkambom
baba live
wakasa na no mete ne nsam na ideas bi a no wo ni nyina on famra ni nyina mfa nguprono so na yen kambum ne mfa kotoko no enko ba bi papa se ne na ndi ken sese no wo nyame pa kwasi adakure be ko ba bi ani yesa ne wo mu de agosi ani media me ho na me be hunu ye test ni yi top 4 ne ne me bobo ye ni nyina me man consider because eno ne di hunu ye sinto eniema bi a na enkuko yie eno ne boa yen be se ehunu we nyina ne esa ne om di kosi ani na eye yidia na mnimza kwan bi aso e be hye won be se no momo amaso e be ba be trans na ne eniema bi wo ho aya kan ho asem enie ye mfa ni agro because eye timu a ye prepared to ye de ko Africa enti nye timu a ese ye matrema ko ebia nsohwe ne me try biani enti wo mu nyina mo aye because ye zeta no ye da obi asebihwe kotoko no mu ye da obi a honto no se ne ndi kan wonam ayen kura ye sorry aye nam aye kan ho nzemu ju se kotoko hye na bibi pa bi free mu ba ne nam a ye fancy aye je kura nyansam ketwa edu ba bi kura choba akura kodidie kura no yetimi ma bi di free sankwai wonam awe ba bi a obi won anoni na ntami duru baby ani Laka jo baby ani for bo mu bodi enya sam keto akra obi obewu bi ana okwa ti ajo mai ana okwa ti ajo mai enti tim na ye di akire ni jo enye tim keto akra se etoto na se enti memesre ye coach sana dawroma ni opebia ya toma no wono nso ni opebia wato enti onchihye team ni yi na ye hunu se we de Africa team pani na ye de mi wogide se Africa na ekodu ye hu enwa animu asiu ye kobo pa ni aboni ya abama obi ahu se yes team bia de wo beba ya akwamu ye de beche no na jo de na muka efa baba ya park itu ena no me ko ye aye se green pa enya sam
keto na munye ni ye first game de ebia muntimi emono ha ebia so muntimi bomode na muntimi ye kwara de the next game
kwara ye be yi na omonye park ni ye ma ye na ya no ma ye de ye ball eko wo mo asre yi minya wa me ye ofue
ano ye dase
na ye duru ho se a ye sra wo mo we de omo mfo mo asem nkoso na ye membo ball na ho grum na omo mo aye nta ye chi na kotoko ye yi a wo system no beba no ma be bobi ya boy
udi dim papa
jo ye nyina
udi dim
wono hwan nyina
na jo de na so de kotoko be kakra wo na be ye na wo de mimi ni dim
anofo bi ameka
ene to banko a mse wunya ne mafofo bi
David lete jo ye nam ne payo de se ne ye obi ho ano yi kakra ne yi de se jo de ne ba bia
udi enya dofo so pi yana
endi nyame ncha de mo adawroma na mo kura ha mo munti jo ekoya wodi amami akonya ade man betena hi ewiase nyina o ewiase nyina ye we anomi duru ba bia ne efreme obi okura mni ni da fre akokwa no bra
ema na mema
man de unte man 10 sports kakra bi niti
oboa
big joe general
nasa uja akokura benjine back
udi dim papa
man de omo UT sports
all right we come back over the factory kakra ba beba na fi bejade aka na mamunsu mabam abetechire madwen no mienu kan na epegem Dr. Patrick
the Bolivia Kwaba, Patrick Natural Health, Iowa Ashtown, Kajetia Hono, the MTN Profis Casino. Let us from a Panida Bunkuma, a pancreatin a park for 1 way. Laka free MTN Profis now. If you're back, you the Tossinians, self you know, Bibi actually wagging, non per so fair and now we didn't come. Numbers room, and I do screen is soon a bit in 0243 423471. 0243 423471 and 02081623551 02081623551 number si nyinaa ofa yare bi e hawo na komu nkyekiremu a ofa ye befrɛ anase onu ye betuma kasa na yama omu nkyeremu enne ye kasa fa yare a the friend arthritis. Arthritis, no, we have 100 types of arthritis. There are two people in common with Africa. A rheumatoid arthritis or also arthritis. As I say, we have baby kasene kasebiasia. Adebi show cartridge and a cushion and a grade. And then I put on a head as I will be so prepare me. I go any to my crowd, put to crowd. Sabia home or how be baba. You to make us arthritis. The first I can issue. We be a team. Na minimum nenka say emu tutu no emu wie no wa hospital doctor say na chiri kase no cartridge no cushion no ana grade no awe ontimi ntrase ontimi nante ontimi nkoto ti bi ko ha na akwa atire ogira obaso nante a se bu mpa biasa che what the crutches a she na nam no timi ai anante obi ha o was to kan ha de bia ogira so asan wetima so be gira ho be pacho ti ni yepa wa ko hospital say be make am doctor say when arthritis and I say cartridge no a we ho no ana kukutu be ho no ana wa poso doctor say e ho awia na bi ba ko pa e say odu ani kire e ye Patrick natural but ti ni ben na bia wa ye mre se konya ko for blast ben na die udidi wi asadidi be say ben na udidi wi asadidi so poso we ben ma na tubu ban eko ban na chi kofa ne ma papa e de be fie dia de kan fu egu ba ko pe na jama pe pato kofa mas herbal shop chemical shop bi e be obia we so to PM capsules and PH capsules PM capsules no na man ko anan no PV capsules no ana PH capsules no oba no be ma no be ma o pe so sipi no sipa PM capsules numbers ni 0243 42 3471 0243 42 3471 na 02081623551 na go program.
Obapatina birthday. Obapatina eye adwuma ewo ABD Consult East Legon. Eho ena Obapatina ewo oye madamfu ofozohine oye adwuma wo Wafa Football Academy. The best I don't know. Ne hunkafo I don't know. My wish Obapatina happy birthday. Na a special message na edi free a vozuhine and a busuani nyina na mfo nyina as we wish you happy birthday. Shawuzi pa na omu hiye papa enjoy. Samson na Linda J ewo Columbus, Ohio. And then also birthday, Linda AJ, Columbus, Ohio. We free her husband, Alex, and the entire family. Nina, also wish you happy birthday. All right, 0551599933. With me, Abem Nafi Wabechewa. No menu na mi peja mi mu ma DJ Raw. And so Abefa dia kanona watu aso de amayen. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, that is saying.
Good afternoon, Sergio Nyankopon adom me hoye na mpacho na muso e.
Ko pa adom ye hwe ya pa.
Ye da Nyankopon ase sports papa modern maye. Ye frame me Richard make us every man can so. Me chairman kan so senior high teachers so nyina. We dey ya da mase ene sports papa modern maye na kumaza sante kotokoto so ye bompa ye say be season na say omuse top 4 na nkoi. But anyama beku ye amaye league in Africa and FA Cup we bu nyina say any nyame adma Sunday so yem vampire bonta boys na chi say ombenya opepa no mabobo na maye na chairman so so ye mana kwaba o mebo adwuma emaye aha nenka bum rachim Richard Makra
That's pa na fi makofa next caller why na eba with my fabe mienu aka ho. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. My favorite Kwabje because I feel Accra of Shatan.
Okay, yet you.
Ofajo papa jo kan ya mishra no mo le ba mo bo no na pay wi ani andi ni kuri na madamase na ade a high mistake fabu sanso so no fanse ni pay nyina de betimi akwa apono so a o ma wo from pans be de no matna ba sanso fabu sanso so na makoso ana de duro biem koto witimi ntimi se prempen for timuni business tibi mu ade because year by year bia na pampa bebe na ko bebri e ba se timuni timi nyina yi because be yam pen fo no hwe ni yi se de na di ka no se be opim so yi ska bebri be de bo timuni se fanto places kan ba pa obi ase obi interest in you when mo ya no pese wonko no de ya be bo se place ni na sa foforo nko a timuni bia na ntimi nkura ne mu da go nyamishra mu ba gbe onpo me no ma ko de no kwate
onshira wonso me fa de twatwa na ano information bi obi di brem sisi akra de se mbusa o ansa na wa peja umu na hello, good afternoon. Hello. Oh, too bad went me enyina so amfa amaye kakra bi na no mienu no abo. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ojo wana bay.
Me asajo me kasopin Ghana West.
Ghana West.
Ghana.
Okay, yeti opa Ghana. Okay, yo.
Ayi kotoko bo na mo bono. Omo goalkeeper no ayi mumma coach ni hwe ni yi. Bo goals are considering anye papa. Wow. Do bia bo mi timu se bia brabu bi na waji o sesi o. Bo sa hye ni bia no onye on sipiso o babachi ball. Hwe bia bi am bo president cup say. O hwe say ya first goal na si share no o hye ni game no bo here. Na no je to for bora big goals ni ha no. Am perform ma me ya coach ni check ni yi na o.
Yeda sipa ya chian kran kwantafo enso enyina ano epegye mu mre na so no mienu na obidi abre mi sesi asemi musa o se wo yire kura wo ware ni sesi no kotoko ntina onya no true or false obidi abre mi sesi ise kotoko na onya ndi o kasa onya oba bia mfiri kotoko mu a obo
circus mu enam sia me dofo akusia frimpoma me dofo papa akusia frimpoma mama kut circus mu
na fe wo so nya obi afiri mu ye
asa no ye wo question abusa na ye different from wo yere
circles mu
me yere
na wo sia oba worry later
say me ne no ti wo ya wo ye ba Liliano Boatima enye kwan ya asam ketwa
wow
enya sam ketwa kra
do menu abo di besi na fe DJ Raw enso ba beto so de amaye ya me ya duma ye be san ni mo trance non kono pepe ochina ya kram